You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hey.
Hey.
Welcome. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me or the Internet?
You and the Internet.
Yeah.
It's good to see
Thanks,
both
man.
of you.
Yeah. Just me. I brought my friend the Internet along. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I have plenty of seats.
Yeah. The Internet has 3 seats that it can choose from. Here on the Holland deck.
Well, this is TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. So right now, we played through plenty of old games, but right now we have a list. It's a dark god of our own curation called the Randomizer.
Yeah.
That randomly picks games from Wikipedia's list of Super Nintendo games, and we play those for the most part.
Yeah. Every now and then we give ourselves a little break.
Sometimes the list is just like, no, I'm going to give you the same game like 6 times in a row.
And then we're like, all right, we're going to take matters in our own hands.
Yeah.
I like your idea, though, to do like, if it's a game that we're interested in, like doing like a ROM hack of that game or something like that.
Yeah, like we pull No Escape again. Like,
Yeah, then absolutely. I want to see what Ray Liotta ROM hacks there are. Today we're going to talk about Ray Liotta's Ambition, the Koei strategy game that puts Ray Liotta in the late 1500s feudal Japan, post-feudal Japan.
Ray Liodoms. That's what they're called.
What are we talking about today?
So today, okay, I guess it's a special day.
It's Labor Day.
It's Labor Day.
Is that what you mean by that? Or
No, but you're right. It is. It's Labor Day.
I mean,
We're
for
recording on
us.
Labor Day.
us in the past?
Yep. So I'm just a tired boy.
Yeah,
is what I am.
You look a little tired.
Don't really know why. It's just one of those days. But today we'll be talking about Nobunaga's revenge.
Nobunaga's
Nobunaga's
Naga,
revenge.
like the monster Naga. Slither. Nobunaga.
Like if Nobumatsu were a Naga.
Yep.
Okay.
Nobunaga. Nailed
Nobunaga.
it. Yep.
Nobunaga's revenge.
Ambition.
Why did I say revenge?
I don't know.
Okay. Nobunaga, because I guess I'm used to somebody's name revenge more than I am their ambition.
It's an odd title, isn't
Nobunaga's ambition.
Like, especially like when this game came out, 1993 for the Super Nintendo, but like I think originally it was like 1988.
I remember seeing that in the title screen.
Yeah,
1988.
but like what a weird name, right? Because like if your market is children, generally on like a console, like the Super Nintendo, especially like Nobunaga's Ambition, like I wouldn't have been able to remember that name.
Yep.
Like I'm 38, and it takes me a little bit.
Nobunaga's revenge. The what? Oh shit! Hold on.
No, I think I'd rather play this game that sounds fun. Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island. Yeah.
It has that dinosaur that I like in it, and also an island. 2 things that I know what they are.
I know he does like to be on islands. I look forward to his experience.
Yeah, they should have put him in they should have hidden him in Animal Crossing.
Yes,
because
please.
they're all islands.
See,
one of those
that would've
islands.
been great.
Because you can go to random islands, right?
Yeah.
One of those islands should have been Yoshi's Island. Maybe one day.
One day.
The year of Yoshi.
Ah.
Maybe they'll do that.
What is that? That's the 25th anniversary? Of something?
Yeah, now it is. Did you see the stuff that they're coming out with? Like a fucking Battle Royale Super Mario Brothers? Like, fuck yes, man. I'm all about that. Like NES style. It looks like they're taking stuff from Tetris 99. I don't know. Did you play that when it came out?
I did not.
Which was like Tetris Battle Royale, but it looks like they're taking stuff like from that and putting it into the Super Mario Brothers Battle Royale. Looks fucking sweet, man.
Okay.
And then they're doing, of course, the Super Mario 3D All Stars, which I flip flop on because at first I'm like, I don't need to buy that because I prefer 2D Mario games anyway.
Yes, please.
But then it's a limited release. So, and it's a Nintendo game. So it's like, fuck, man, I should probably just buy a physical copy just because I have a feeling that since it's a limited release, that it's a Nintendo game, that it'll be worth more.
Absolutely, it will be. Yeah.
But then again, I don't know, because also like with digital distribution and stuff like that, I don't know how that fucks with price and all that aftermarket.
Well, yeah, I bet it wouldn't be as much because you have a way to play it, but
yeah,
it's the novelty of a physical thing you're playing for at that point.
Plus, it's a collection, and maybe that would make it not worth it. I guess my point is I don't want to replay a lot of these games because it's like, I mean, Super Mario 64 is great. I like it a lot, but it's like I've played it twice. You know what I mean? Like I don't have the nostalgia for it like I do the 2D versions. That nostalgia keeps bringing me back.
Because I've seen everybody complaining online that it looks better, but not as good as it should.
Yeah, they upscaled the resolution, but that's all that they did to it. Which I don't know, man. I'm good with that. Like sometimes I don't want it to be different, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's nice to just be like, you know what would have been perfect is if they would have given 2 versions of each, where it's like, this is a true like remaster, and then here's the original version that was upscaled. Like, I feel like that's a nice, like you can toggle it on and off. I feel like that would be a better value proposition than just, here are the games ported. Or I've read that they're actually emulated even. So that's also kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So you don't want to see Mario 64 remastered across 5 Nintendo cartridges, all of Final Fantasy VII.
Actually, the novelty of having 5 cartridges, like the novelty of having to switch out a cartridge while playing Mario 64 is actually very appealing to me. But inevitably, it would be like the multi-disc. Like I remember the Final Fantasy multi-disc games. Like I remember in high school
scary.
being like, because it's like, first of all, I don't know if it's going to work when I put the next disc in, you know? Second of all, in 4 months, I don't know that all 4 of these CDs are going to be in this case. So I'm going to get to be like, okay, all right, it's time to fight Sephiroth. Shit, let me look through all of my PlayStation cases to try to find this
Try to find disc 4.
Yeah. So what have you been up to since we ate some Carolina Reaper peppers 3 days ago?
Ugh. I don't know what the Reapers were. The Reapers the worst thing we ate on the video that will be coming out on Patreon?
No.
Not for you personally?
Not for me personally. Yeah.
I thought so.
Those naughty quail eggs.
They were not what I thought they were gonna be.
They were gross.
I guess I thought, it was gonna be like a gelatinous treat. It looks shiny, looks like a ball of Jell-O.
They look like those sour plums kind of that we ate like years ago on the show.
But no, they were quail eggs.
They were like hard-boiled quail eggs with, I don't know what that dark brown shellac was on it. Yeah, that veneer, that flavor seal. I don't know what that was. But it was gross. I'm going to be editing that together soonish for Patreon. I say soonish because like the camera that we used while we were recording died twice, and then we
for no reason
could not find what it was. No reason. And then so I think what I've been wanting to buy a camera for a while. I think I'm maybe going to get to that sooner than later.
Yeah.
I was gonna like do a whole bunch of shit with my NES and get it modded for RGB and stuff, but I might put that off and get a camera instead because that was just so frustrating on Friday.
Yeah.
Just worrying about, is it working? Is it going to die again? That kind of deal.
Yeah.
So that's a long way of me saying that like I'm going to take my time on editing this because it's going to take a little bit of time to like piece everything together.
Absolutely. Then we had to switch like Melissa's phone after that second time it died.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So I guess the news is that we do have a Patreon thing that we are
a very good
working
Patreon
on.
thing.
Yeah. At least the end. I feel confident that the end is very good.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I don't know. I feel like I feel like when people watch it, they're going to be like, all right, eat the Carolina Reapers.
Yeah,
eat the Reapers.
Yeah.
Eat the Reapers.
No Ryan Seacrest. We don't need another backstory. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. We'll see. And also in Adventures of Hardware Failure, not only with that camera, but yesterday I was playing Nobunaga's Ambition before the Twitch stream because I put some time in on this game. I'm going to go ahead and play my hand and say that I think that this is a good game that is not for everybody.
Yep.
And that might also include me. It may not be for me. But anyway, so I played the game a lot because I enjoyed it, and I wanted to. Honestly, a lot of the thing is like just learning how to play the game.
Once you learned it, then
and I still don't feel like I've learned. You know what I mean? Like I'm still learning things about the game, and it's like I've probably put, like, no exaggeration, at least 12 hours into it, and I don't feel like I know how to play it.
Yeah.
Optimally, you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I know like how to make the best decisions. What's weird is like I feel like I know how to optimize the decisions that I've made, the poor decisions that I've made, but I don't know how to tell like when is the right thing to do stuff.
Should I just go ahead and borrow money for no reason?
Right.
I need the money.
Should I attack
borrow the money?
another country? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was playing for so long that I smelled that fucking smell that anybody who has spent any time around hardware at all fucking dreads the smell. It was the electrical smoke smell. And it's like, what the fuck? Where's that coming from? So I smelled the vent. I was like, is something coming out of the vent? No. I left the office where I was playing and didn't smell it out of there. So it's like, fuck, it's definitely in this room somewhere. Which piece of my hardware has failed or is about to fail? And I couldn't find, as I'm investigating, I couldn't find anything. And then I hear like a pop and a spark shoots out of the back of my monitor, or the top of my monitor. And then smoke just starts coming out of it. So it's like that. So that's a dead boy.
That's why you only had okay.
Yeah, I streamed with one display last night, and it was honestly kind of fun because I couldn't see myself I normally can see myself when I stream on the second monitor. I couldn't see myself, so it was kind of freeing a little bit, because it was just like, well, I don't know how this looks. I'm just gonna have to assume that everything looks and sounds okay.
You get further than a work. That's about it. That's all I did. I beat Borderlands 3 last night.
You did? Nice.
I beat the main game.
So now on to Rogue Legacy 2, or?
Well, one, I still have 2 DLCs and some some post-game content to get through. But reading up on Rogue Legacy 2, because I was very excited, then, oh no, it's in beta. There's
early access.
It's early access.
I meant to tell you that.
There's about 2 hours of content, maybe.
Yeah. I meant to tell you on Friday that when we were doing, but then we ate that super hot pepper and I forgot everything.
Yeah.
But I meant to tell you that I had heard the besties covered it. And they liked it, but they also said that it is like absolutely nowhere near done, Like they said that like there's a room that you go to and it's essentially just like, we're not done here yet. So
I don't understand why release it. I don't.
Probably they need money. Is my guess.
More money to finish it. So
my guess is that I think it's Cellar Door who does it. Like my guess is they probably could use those funds to continue development. Okay. But that's just a guess. Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe they just want to. I don't know. It's kind of like early access and Kickstarter. That's all like the new pre-order model.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe it's that too.
So I don't know if I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, maybe if they need the money, go ahead and buy it now and just
support
not really play it. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed with what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't want to get really into it and then I'm out of game. There's nothing really to do for however many months. Like
yeah, but I mean, on the bright side, if you do it, it's probably just going to make you better at the game, like, and you might enjoy it. I don't know.
But Borderlands, there's like a little twist I didn't see coming, toward the end.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, good job.
Shit, I was actually playing Borderlands 4 the entire time.
Wow.
Borderlands 3 coming out 2024.
So that is the kind of thing Gearbox would do, isn't it? They go back. All sorts of references to it, and then they release the 4th one. So, I did not care for the last boss. The whole
in Borderlands 4.
Borderlands 4. I was not. It wasn't what I expected. I expected something bigger and grander anyway.
Yeah.
And just the structure of it. And of course, I did that. I made the mistake, DLC first, so it was just. It has. I like it. Okay, if I'm so powerful, I can roll up and just kill it easily. Cool. What I do hate are immunity segments that some of the bosses will have. Where you're firing away, and then suddenly immune. Okay, let me stand here and see whatever it's going to do, whatever form or recovery or some weird shit it's going to do.
Yeah. That's that reminds me of like the Hell House fight in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because it's like that is really? Constantly what that's boss battle is all about that. Where it's like pretty much every time you hit it, it shifts immunity. Or it's also on the timer.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's just straight up just like... And honestly, like in the remake, it kind of made me a little upset because it's not turn-based, which is fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what sucks about it is I'm better with turn-based than I am with like real-time, like dealing with the camera while trying to like input commands while I'm being decimated, but that's kind of what that reminds me of. So that's like what the Borderlands 3 boss fight is like.
Except, but it's also on a timer, or I guess it's how much damage you can do in that phase. And the immunity is on a timer, or a certain amount of damage you can do. Like they limited how much damage you could do to each phase, which I think is fucking dumb.
Gotcha. So like each phase has its own health bar, essentially.
Yeah, because like I rolled up on it, full health. You see its health bar. Like I've got my uber-powered shotgun, go right up, and I've spec'd to do more damage the closer I get to an enemy. So I go up and just 4 hits with my shotgun, and it's
a melee shotgun, essentially.
Pretty
much. You took all the point blank feats.
And then, of course, immunity phase. All right, well, it falls over, and there's a little mark up its back, so I have to climb up its back to the back of her head and then shoot, do more damage, and then the phase is over. But no. It caps out your damage, so I crawl up there, shoot, immunity. Okay, so that's all the damage I could do was one
to
shot.
Shotguns.
Yep, now did huge damage, now it's immune. So then I climb off and wait about 20 seconds for it to get back up, and do that cycle like 3 times.
That's probably made more frustrating because you know how powerful you are.
Yep.
like you know what I mean?
I'm ready to go to the content that scales to my level, please.
Yeah.
So I like the story, the ending, all good, very happy. Just that last fight I didn't care for. I'm ready to go into the DLCs and the post game content, and then all right. I think they're going to continue doing stuff for a little while on it, though. They talked about it like being a very long process. Like it would almost go to the release. Like they were going to keep doing little things with Borderlands 3.
Nice. The release of the next game.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. I wish I could get into it. I don't know. It just isn't for me. It's one of those that's just not for me. First-person shooters in general, like, really aren't for me anymore.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, gotta love good. A good first-person shooter is just... It's like chocolate to me. Like sometimes that's just what I gotta have. That's fun. Yeah.
I used to be in them like deep, deep. But I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with like just keeping up with the computer hardware is like a thing, and it's true. Like playing first person shooters like with a controller on like the PlayStation is just like I'm never gonna be good at this. Like never, because I played Apex Legends on the PlayStation for a minute. And it's like, man, this is a fun game that I will never be good at because it's like I can't hit anything, man. So, yeah, I need a mouse and keyboard. And even, who knows, it's been so long. I could probably hang with like Wolfenstein 3D, not the new Wolfenstein games.
Which I've always wanted to do those too. I just haven't.
I played the first Wolfenstein, the first new Wolfenstein. Yeah. It was good. Yeah, it was cool. I played a little bit of the original Doom remake. That was less for me, honestly. I know people loved it, but it was less for me than Wolfenstein was. But I have more nostalgia for Wolfenstein because I played way more of that as a kid than I did Doom. Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Just doing the weekend stuff. I broke a tooth this weekend.
Oh.
It was the same night that we ate the Carolina Reaper. Yeah, it was Friday night was a rough night. But the weird thing about it is I was eating some pork rinds. Love pork rinds. I was eating some pork rinds, and I felt a crunch, right? And I was like, what the fuck? So I like
a thunderous crunch in your head?
no. I didn't
really?
even feel the tooth break. So I think this tooth has been fractured for a very, very long time. And then it just kind of gave up the will. I have to go to a dentist, obviously, and have him tell me what the reality of it
You're
is.
fine.
But yeah, it just kind of came out. Because this is like the tooth that would sometimes bother me. Like if I drank something with carbonation, like I would feel
Okay.
So it's broken now. But like the weird thing is, didn't hurt at all. I thought that there was like some like hard thing in the pork rinds because I'm eating it in the dark because I'm clearly winning. I'm playing Nobunaga's Ambition and eating pork rinds. And
I loved eating the flayed remnants of
swine.
swine. So they can't see my sin in the dark.
Yeah.
Can't see me eat your flesh, pigs. I am in the dark.
In reality, it was because I like to play games in the dark, typically.
I'm hiding from God.
Yeah, well, always. Always. See that guy? They call him the God Cockroach. But man, like, the only time I play games with the lights on is essentially when I'm streaming. Like, if I could somehow stream in the dark and people still see me, like, maybe I should give out, like, night vision goggles or shit.
Another way in which we're the opposite. Like, I want full, bright ass overhead light.
Really?
Like, it drives Melissa crazy. Melissa's like you. She's like all dark all the time.
Yeah, immersion, right?
I'm like, no, if I'm right in something, like, if I'm playing a game like that, like Borderlands 3, I can sit there and play in the dark. But if I'm just
I need to be immersed
eating or watching TV, like, I want everything bright around me.
I need to be immersed in 1567 map of Japan.
It's true. Man, those numbers look so real.
Yeah, oh my God.
They're certainly not imaginary. Math jokes. TADPOG.
So I was eating these pork rinds, and then it was like, you know how sometimes when you're eating like a hamburger and you get like a bit of like, I assume bone or something, and it's like, you know, it's that tiny little thing. That's kind of what this felt like. And I was like, I remember thinking.
Or Willie Picton victim.
Right. Yeah. That's a Piggy Palace.
Piggy Palace.
Deep cut. So it's like, I was like, I gotta remember to tell Nikki in the morning to not buy these pork rinds again. Because I'm pretty sure somehow a bone got in here. And so I set the bone.
That's a deep flaying.
Yeah. I set the bone on my desk and continued to eat. And then
I'm gonna write a letter about this.
Yeah, right. But first, attack this neighboring country. So it's like, yeah, I finished the pork rinds and set that bag on the desk, played Nobunaga's Ambition for probably like an hour more, and then I was like, I got to go to the bathroom, so like I might as well throw away this bag and this bone on my way out. So I throw the bag away, and then I look at the bone, and I'm like, that's a tooth. And I was like, and then I put my tongue back there, and I was like, there's a hole. So yeah, didn't hurt at all, but it's one of those where I feel like that's probably gonna hurt in a little while if I don't get on it.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to pull the whole thing. Maybe
I don't know. I hope not, but it's the back molar.
Yeah, you don't even need that one.
Yeah, I noped out. I know the last time I'm gonna have to go to a different dentist because the last time I went to a dentist. And told them about the problem. No dentist has been able to be like, oh yeah, here's the problem. Like they take the X-rays and they're like, you look good. We don't see any cavities or anything like that. It looks good. I don't know what to tell you. The last time they were like, we're gonna send you to a specialist. You might need a root canal. And I was at that point. I was like, never. I'm out.
I'm gonna go back to where's the other dentist that tells me everything's fine no matter what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I do have a doctor like that, and I love that doctor.
Yeah, you're human. What do you want? Go.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So other than that, I was playing. Man, I love a long weekend. Yeah. I was playing for once, finally, Parappa the Rapper.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I tried playing it a while back when we were going to do an episode with Rhythm Master Paul Korn. aka Archivist Cute Butt Paul Korn. But like I had to emulate it then, and it's like it didn't feel right. So I bought the anniversary edition was on sale on PSN for like $7 or whatever. So it's like, yeah, okay,
that's cool.
Let me do it. And so I started playing it. And I was like, no, it was emulating it fine. This game is just like really fucking weird with the rhythms. I'm stuck on the cheap chicken stage where it is just like I have gone like to YouTube and like typed in how to get past cheap chicken stage.
Yep. Do they all say there's something weird about it?
Well, what I found is like people just saying, yeah, just hit it a little early. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I feel like this is not a review of Parappa the rapper.
We'll have one eventually.
But it's like, I feel like I should hit the button right when Parappa's head is over the
How about I hit the button when I'm supposed to? How about that?
How about that, chicken? You beef jerky. Yeah, it's but yeah, other than that, man, what a delightful game.
I think I remember just watching Shake get very frustrated at the Chop Master Onion.
Yeah, getting into it is tough, right? Because I mean, it is like that game requires fucking precision.
It does,
which is wild.
Good at it. Yeah,
because it's like I guess I'm just used to like Rock Band and Guitar Hero, where it's like very forgiving.
Yeah.
I was rapping awful.
Yeah. Nice.
There's a World of Warcraft guild.
I saw that. That Dalton started.
Yeah, for Tadpog Nation. If anybody's interested, I urge you to, if you play WoW and you want to hang out with other people who listen to Tadpog or part of the community and play WoW, it's the Tadpog Nation Guild on Arathor. It's Horde side, and pretty much they're all organizing it in the Tadpog Discord, which you can get to at bit.ly/Tadpog Discord. If that sounds interesting to you, there you go.
Sounds good. Well, speaking of things that sound good.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, Dave?
I see you making the motion for me to pause the audio. Is that
I was trying to give a good moment to pause the audio.
Of course I hear that. Butta joins the bowl. It's a big train with cute yellow dogs with red gnome hats with a frog emblem on the front that are leaving the station and driving on to the next territory known as Dave reads some Wikipedia.
But is that what the soldiers look like?
The soldiers? Oh, Parappa.
Oh, Parappa. I was like, the soldiers in Nobunaga's Revenge.
Man, I wish they looked like gnomes. I feel like revenge is probably a more occurring noun in a video game title
than ambition.
Yeah. Of course I hear that. Which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave reads some Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Nobunaga's Ambition is a series of turn-based grand strategy role-playing simulation video games. I don't know why. I don't know what makes it grand. Grand strategy?
Grand strategy.
Is that what you call Risk? The board game Risk? Is that a grand strategy?
Yeah, large in scope.
Yeah. The original game was one of the first in its genre, being released in March 1983. Good Lord, even earlier than I thought. By the Japanese video game developer Koei. Nobunaga's Ambition takes place during the Sengoku period of feudal Japan. The player is tasked with achieving the ultimate goal of warlord Oda Nobunaga, the conquest and unification of Japan. Selecting Oda is optional. However, as the player is also able to choose from a variety of other regional daimyos of the time.
Or Dameos, as the YouTube video I watched.
Oh yeah, Dameos. I like that.
All these Dameos on Nobunaga's Revenge.
Sir, would you like ketchup and mustard on that?
God damn
nah,
it.
just Dameos.
Just Dameos.
How many mayos you got, Wendy's?
What do you like on your grilled cheese? You know, I like the Dameo. I like some tomato.
Oh man. What, do you like DeMayo or are you a fan of Cool Whip?
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, that is the Cool Whip's a different
Cool
thing.
Whip's not fine on my sandwich.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't fuck with either of those.
I will only eat Cool Whip on Jell-O. Like if I have some, but I don't go out of my way for it. I don't like whipped cream really. I don't like
Jell-O either.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan. Just,
I never crave it, but like Melissa and the kids love it. So
we had so much of it in the house like as a kid. I think that it is one of those that just burned out, and it's like every time I see it. And also at school, man, like, the cafeteria, like they always had fucking green Jell-O, like nonstop. Like it's to the point where it's like, I've had enough horse hooves. I'm good, like.
See, I would love to just have green Jell-O because in the hospital we can't serve red or purple Jell-O
because it might like
interferes with tests and dyes. Yeah. And that's what can we buy from our giant purveyors? Oh, red. Here you go. Do you have anything else? It's gonna take about 6 months. I guess we'll see what we can do.
We'll see if we can invent a different color.
A different color. Close your eyes. You try to imagine a different color that's not red.
The company's just owned by bulls. I don't know. I brought this and they said it was red. I thought we made blue.
we make different shades of light gray.
I think that's a myth. Yeah, I think that's a myth about the red. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think MythBusters did that. I think.
Oh, did yeah? Because they put like the red stuff in the China shop and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, I forgot about that. Mm. How many foods can you say that you have been truly burnt out on?
Bologna, Jell-O, at least 2.
Was there a cereal you ate a whole bunch of?
Well, there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal that we bought that had bug eggs in it that hatched.
Well, you probably don't have to worry about that much anymore.
Definitely burn out on that cereal.
Man, bug eggs. How did you find that out?
Well, I was eating it in a bowl of cereal, and it was like, what is that? And it was a bug moving in there, and I was like, what the fuck? There's a bug in my cereal. So I told my mom, and she was like, yeah, don't eat that. And then like she looked in the box of cereal, and it's like, yep, there are bugs in here, man. So she called whatever number was on the box, and essentially they were like, yeah, we've gotten reports that there are insect eggs. And it's like, was a recall not even like a thing in the early 90s?
Most people would eat it quick enough that you wouldn't notice.
Right. Or that, exactly, they wouldn't have hatched. Ma'am, how long has that cereal been on your shelf?
Perhaps you are the one who should.
Yeah, clearly you are to blame. Yeah, so that was gross.
It's food, not a trophy. Fucking eat it.
So definitely got burned out on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get burned out on all the fast food places that we have near our house because it's always like if we need something quick, it's like, what do you want? Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King? Fucking nope.
Hey, is Dairy Queen now?
I'm in that camp that's like Dairy Queen's a good treat.
Cool treats, no hot eats, please.
No hot eats, not for me. Yeah, although I do like their flamethrower burger. It's still. I guess my complaint is like, I feel like if Dairy Queen, like they're known for like blizzards and like high caloric treats. Maybe do like leaner options for the food.
I miss the Breeze. You remember the Breeze?
Yes, yeah. I do remember the Breeze.
Half the calories of a Blizzard.
Yeah. But I mean, like even the food, like the burgers and shit are like, man, that is a lot of fucking math I have to do.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not counting those right now, which is apparent, but it's like I'm gonna get back into it.
Isn't it nice? It's nice to not care and feel just to go, and not have to have anxiety about the numbers in your food.
Oh yeah,
what
just
you're gonna have to think about eating, what you're gonna eat later.
Of course it's nice.
It's just,
of course it's nice. It's fantastic.
It's just so bad. It's so like just dieting and trying to think about what I can eat and trying to plan my day around the eating.
Yeah.
When it's nice that when you're not really thinking about it and it's not the big thing that's at the forefront of your mind constantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can do all the other shit in my life and not worry about how many calories or how many potato chips I can have if I decide to have a sandwich tonight.
What am I going to have for lunch today?
Yep.
You know, you're like at work and it's like, what am I going to have for lunch today? I got to plan where I'm going to go and like what I can order there. And a lot of that feels like guesswork too.
Gotta pull up, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I'm just taking some dude's word on the internet.
It's them.
You know
I'm taking
I mean?
what they're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's even worse, maybe.
It should be a calorie council, a universal, a federal agency.
The UCC.
Perfect.
Yeah, but I could totally see like 20 years from now, like news comes out where it's like, oh yeah, like McDonald's and Burger King and all them, we're definitely lying about how many calories are in that.
No, it turns out that the only reason we're still alive. Go eat all of it,
right? How do we find out?
Turns out we were wrong, and 10 years ago when we said you could have all that you wanted.
Yes. We found out because a lab of high school students were burning French fries in the Bunsen burner. Do you remember doing that shit to like measure the calories in food and all that?
See, I've never done that. No. I was about to say, like, oh look, this fry's not burning.
Oh look, the fry. Where'd the fry go? That went up fast.
Like it's crazy fast.
Shit, I have burns on my hand.
I remember. Well, I asked those two questions. One, I'm gonna my little comment there. I remember Miss Betty. Haven't heard about Miss Betty in a while.
Miss Betty, she was your Sunday school.
My Sunday school teacher,
right.
Kindergarten through 5th grade.
The Treasures in Heaven lady. Yes.
She also used to do. I wouldn't necessarily call it magic.
Nudist yoga.
Nudist yoga in front of us. She'd take off her Little House on the Prairie dress. She looks like Mom from Futurama. No, but she always kept. I had no idea what it was at the time. She looked like she would pull out just regular notebook paper, and you know,
Please don't tell me she'd eat it.
She would like. She's like, I'm human. Everyone sins. I sin this week. I'm gonna write my sins on this paper, and you know what you do after you confess them to God? What happens to them? And she'd pull out a lighter and then light it, and it would instantaneously just go off and be gone. And we'd all like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We'd beg her to do it all the time. And
burn more sins. Miss Betty, burn more sins.
Walk by a room with an old woman throwing fire and children chanting, burn our sins, burn our sins. No, but I asked the original question about you getting burnt out on stuff because I actually had this conversation with Melissa like last night.
Yeah.
Like,
does this involve Miss Betty?
No.
So wait, how did Miss Betty? Why? What made you think of her?
The fire.
Oh, the fire.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. How many calories are in her sins, Miss Betty?
Because the way you talked about the French fries, that burned fast. Miss Betty's sin paper.
We never burn French fries, so I don't know about those. I don't think anyone has yet. I think that's what we're waiting on.
No one has.
The technology.
They eat them before they can burn them.
Yeah.
No one's been able to do it.
Until then, we trust McDonald's implicitly.
Yeah. You're the frigineers. It's fine. About foods that we got burned out on.
You got burned out on, yeah.
We went through Arby's, and even still, like I remember the moment I got burnt out on curly fries was in the house I'm living in now when I was in like 3rd grade. And I remember I ate, just an enormous amount of curly fries.
Like your dad caught you eating curly fries, and he made you eat like a full bag full of curly fries.
Small side tangent. He did get mad at me for the amount of tuna fish I used to eat in late middle school and high school because all of a sudden I just liked it and I would eat like 5 or 6 tuna sandwiches a day just because that was the best stuff ever. And he would get like, I could open the door and pull out the container of tuna, and if he saw it, he would get so pissed off and start screaming about not to eat any tuna.
That's weird. Unless
my mom
you wanted
would sneak tuna fish sandwiches to me in my bedroom.
Slide it under the door.
Like she's like, oh, I'm gonna take this to Tyler, and then she'd grab a sandwich she'd hid a little earlier and then bring it in there to me.
Put it in her pocket.
She's like, you should do a sandwich. Don't tell me.
That seems like okay. So let me ask you this: was he upset because he was like, man, a tuna sandwich would be nice later, and then he like goes.
No,
and
he's
it's
more like, quit being a fat boy.
Tuna's pretty like. Was it like tuna salad or was it tuna?
It was tuna salad.
So you made it good. Okay,
eggs.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I'll eat a tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
But like straight up tuna, No, thank you.
No, I'm not one of those people who just put it on a cracker to go
No,
like raw, you know.
Fuck that. No. I had too much tuna as a kid too, I guess. I don't know that I burnt out on it. I just like, there came a time in my life where it's like, I don't like fish and I don't have to eat it. So I just stopped eating fish, which sucks because I hear fish is very good for you.
That's what I'm really trying to pivot more toward more seafood and less beef and pork. This is also beef and pork just don't sound as good to me as they used to.
Yeah. I like sea bugs. You know, like crawfish and crab and shrimp. I mean, I like that, but just fish, I don't know. It's always been a little too fishy.
That's why when I was in Ohio and the company was paying for my meals, I was like, scallops. Yep.
Yeah.
Scallops for every meal.
Hello, this is Scallops. May I take your order?
Because I felt bad because my immediate boss, like, we went somewhere and I was like, scallops. And he was like, plain cheeseburger. And I'm like,
oh, like he did the math.
I'm not going to get the $45 scallops and you just get like a $9 cheeseburger. He's like, I'm not paying. Just, you get whatever you want. All right, good. Yeah, scallops.
So he just wanted that cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be essentially if you and I had gone to that restaurant.
Yeah.
That's like every time I go to IHOP with anybody, I feel like a child because like they'll order like, oh, the pancakes and the with the special syrup and and I'm like, one cheeseburger, please, with fries. Can I get a double order of those fries, please?
Yeah. I want also, the Mexican tornado omelet. Can you put the salsa and the gravy over it twice, please? One cheeseburger, sir.
Also, do you have a placemat that I can draw on while I wait for the food? Sometimes I get impatient.
But curly fries.
Curly fries.
I remember Mom would buy bags from the Schwann's man when he would come to this house. The Schwann's.
Yeah.
And I remember I would just eat like a bag a day of these fucking fries. Like put them in the oven, put them in the fryer, just let them sit there till they get soft. I don't give a shit. I'm going to eat all these fucking curly fries. And I remember in this house, like one day it's like flipping a switch. Suddenly it's just like I bite into one. This is the worst thing I've ever had in my life. I don't ever want it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And so like now, I mean, really, it took a good 25 to 30 years. Well, no, I'm 36. So a good 25 years before I could eat one again.
So
I can eat them now. I'm never going to order them. I'm never going to seek them out.
I will not eat them with a fox.
I can tolerate it. Even like pulling up to Arby's and I can smell them in the fryer. I'm just like, ugh.
Really?
Ugh.
I like Arby's curly fries, but it's like I'll usually get it. I think I'm doing it right, because it's like sometimes I'll switch it up. Sometimes I get the regular, sometimes I get the curly. Let's do a quick. We haven't done this in a long time. I like that
Arby's does have crinkle cut fries now, though.
Dude, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That might be a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I love crinkle cut fries.
No, me too.
And Just Hamburgers, their local burger joint, I fucking love their crinkle cut fries, and they do not do crinkle cut anymore.
Last time I did it, I was like, I know what these are. These are the really cheap fries from the big purveyors.
Oh, is that right?
They're cutting costs.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't like them at all.
Man,
I don't like them at all.
I like them okay because like the oil is still like good. You know what I mean? They're not like bad fries, but man, those crinkle cut fries I love crinkle cut, and like that is an opinion a lot of people do not share with me.
No, I'm with you. You and I are the same on that one.
So let's do a quick. We haven't done this in a long time. And our tastes have changed probably. Let's do a quick French fry tier list.
Okay.
S tier, God tier. I got to put a crinkle cut there.
I would put a steak fry.
See, you're a steak fry.
Love steak
You're a steak fry guy. Here's the thing about steak fries that I do like. They are consistently okay no matter what temperature they are. That's what I like about them. They're kind of like if they were a Forgotten Realms race, they'd probably be the dwarves, where they're like the sturdiest fry that can like survive through like, I can pull a steak fry out of the fridge, like leftovers, and be like, okay, and eat it cold.
Yeah.
I can't do that with any other fry. Try that with like a shoestring. Get the fuck out. Not going to happen. So I do like that. I do like a steak fry.
I like a steak fry if I'm going to do something resembling like nachos, but with fries.
Oh, yeah.
Steak fries hold up to it.
Yeah.
Anything else, like I see people do it with, again, the shoestring, like no.
Really?
Fuck that.
Shoestrings,
I feel like
bottom tier garbage fry.
Yes, 100%.
Garbage.
I think that's my least favorite fry.
God,
bottom
because
of the list.
they're always like wet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like they're just not good. They're burnt, and it's like maybe it's just because I'm used to like our Steak and Shakes fries because they're never good.
No, they're not.
Waffle fry.
Waffle fry. See, I would probably go steak fry, then crinkle cut.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do also really like a crinkle cut fry.
Okay, wait. So you go steak fry, crinkle cut, then waffle fry?
See, I do really like waffle fries, but I feel like if I ate them all the time as the standard fry, they're a good fry to break things up.
Yeah.
So I might say like a standard regular fry.
Like it's just a straight cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight cut.
A julienne? What's julienne?
That's also pretty thin.
Okay. Not quite shoestring.
Yeah. No. Like I really like a McDonald's fry.
Okay. All right. I mean, I like a McDonald's fry, but they have to be 1,000 degrees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever I go through the drive-thru and they're like, "There's going to be a wait on your fries," it's like, "Fuck yes, God, yes." Someone even told me like to go through. I don't know if this works or not. I've never done it because I don't like being the person that's like, "Let me inconvenience you and all your customers." But I've heard that if you go and ask for the fries without salt,
they have to make you a fresh
that
one.
they make them fresh. But it's like also you have to eat them without salt, I guess.
Yeah. Or you ask for them and then say, "Hey, could I have some salt?"
Right. But see, that's different, right? Because it's like it's different to put them on after. I feel like it's never like I don't know.
As soon as they come out.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff. Like one of my I wouldn't even say a guilty pleasure. One of my pleasures in life is leaving a McDonald's drive-through and eating fries like with my mouth open quickly, you know, like because they're like so like I feel like Wario, you know, because I'm like eating these fries and I have to chew them real fast because they are hot lava
They're
burning
dying.
the roof.
They're dying. I have to get it.
Right?
But then a waffle fry.
Then a waffle fry.
Yeah.
I'd put on my list. Waffle fry is above steak fry.
Okay.
I like a waffle fry. It could probably go crinkle cut, waffle fry, and then everything else, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The McDonald's fry is kind of like the Mario all-rounder.
All-rounder,
Like
yeah, I can see that.
B tier.
Like I'm okay with the natural cut with like the skin on, like Wendy's.
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah, I like those, okay.
I don't mind them being a little soggy sometimes if I'm,
It depends. If they're soggy, I'm going to need more salt.
Yeah.
If they're hot, I want cold ketchup with it, you know?
I'm with you. All right. And then toward the bottom, like curly fry, then shoestring. Like,
Yeah.
also bottom tier, I don't like potato wedges very much either.
See, I like potato
I don't know
wedges.
why. I love a steak fry.
Yeah, they're very
But
similar.
it's like a potato wedge.
Yeah. See, I'd put potato wedge and steak fry kind of on the same plane for
Okay.
me. What do you think about ketchup? Like, should you ever put fries on a plate and then put the ketchup over it, like you were doing like nacho cheese on nachos, or should you dip?
If that's how, sometimes like if you can't have a cup of ketchup or something somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that's more of an eating tactic as opposed to a taste preference.
Right. Okay.
What
What is your?
generally I won't do that.
Yeah.
I'll dip.
I like to
So,
dip. Sometimes I just go ketchupless.
I don't mind that. Usually if I'm in the car, I don't even fuck with
Yeah.
ketchup. I prefer
Yeah.
them with ketchup, but it's fine. Yeah. I don't have to fuck with it.
So you're burnt out on tuna fish?
No, tuna fish I'm not.
Okay, tuna fish.
If
You'll
my
still
dad's
do.
restriction took that away. I was
Gotcha.
like, no, fuck you, old man. I'm going to eat this tuna fish sandwich.
Gotcha. The rebel in you.
But those, and then it was like some sort of brand muffin that Hostess used to make a long time ago. That's what my mom bought all the time. And she would cut it in half, like not even like down the middle like you would normally think. She'd cut off like the muffin top and bottom.
Top of the muffin to you.
Put butter on,
Yeah.
put butter on both sides, put it in the microwave, hand it to me on a paper towel. That's how I ate those. And I ate so many of those.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes that was the only like sweet thing in the house. So I just ate so fucking many of them. Then I remember when you turn into my road, that very first house, that white house. That's like, I lived in it for a short period of time.
The one on the right? Or
Yep.
the one on, okay.
The one on the left when you turn in.
Oh, okay, that house, at the very corner.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's like built during the Civil War, like it's an old ass house. For a while, I lived in it, and then after that, my aunt lived in it. I remember being over there visiting her. She had those, and I asked for one, and she made me one. I remember
those bran muffins.
Yeah, and I remember taking a bite and being like, I can't finish this. This is terrible.
This isn't how Mom does it.
Yep, I don't want any of these ever again. And I haven't seen them on store shelves, so not a problem.
Maybe
like Arby's curly fries.
Maybe they had bug eggs in those too.
They could
just
have.
Didn't know about it.
But yeah, those two foods that just, man, I just vividly remember like, nope, gone. You click, delete.
Man, you talking about those bran muffins? Your mom making those? I hadn't thought about this in a long time. But my mom, when I was in high school, we lived out in a pretty rural area, like out by the airport. So that's way before it was developed. Like it's developed since then considerably. So I used to have probably like a 20-minute drive to school each morning. And I remember my mom, she was fucking awesome because she knew I liked Egg McMuffins. And I never had time to stop or anything. So she would make me Egg McMuffins. She would get English muffins and then ham or Canadian bacon and egg and all that. Yeah, man. Wrap them up in a little paper towel. Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
I hadn't thought about that in a long time. So thanks for bringing up the bran muffins,
You're
man.
welcome.
It reminded me of that. When I see her the next, I'll say, thank you for making those McDonald's sandwiches for me. Mom Donald's. Yeah, Marlene Donald's.
So you want to talk about some Nobunaga's revenge?
Ambition.
Fuck.
I know.
I don't know. I just can't.
I know. I get it.
Not.
I'm not. I'm just gonna. I'll correct every time though.
Well, out of anger, I'm gonna go pee right now.
All right. Okay. Go pee. How was the pee?
It's big. That was a big pee. That should be good.
Big pee.
Big pee.
All right.
Sometimes it's just like small to medium pee, and I know it's like
sometimes it is a small to medium pee.
I'm gonna have to go back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's not this case.
That was a big one.
Is it the kind that kind of makes your bladder hurt a little bit, or it's like, man, that was a lot of
empty.
pee.
Yeah,
it's too relaxed.
It's the bulk of the pee. Yeah. Now I should be good. Because last time I didn't pee a whole lot. I just had to pee really badly. It went away. It's like it's not enough though.
You mean last time we paused the recording?
Last time we paused it, that's not enough. I can't get any more out, but that's not enough. I know there's more in there.
Come on out.
It'll knock on the door at another inconvenient time while I'm recording.
Nobunaga's ambition? Ambition. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to.
No, you're right. He'd actually said the title of the game for some reason. Just Nobunaga's Ambition, which those are still coming out. There was one that came out last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know. There was one that I looked up when I was trying to learn how to play this game because this is a dense ass game to learn.
Incredibly.
Yeah, I mean it is it's kind of like Civilization, like that series of games, except that the Civ games do a lot of the work for you, and I feel like this is more of I mentioned Risk earlier. I do feel like this is Nobunaga's Ambition is like a board game that has been turned into a video game.
100%, yeah.
Is what it feels like.
A very cumbersome, Battlestar Galactica, Starfleet Academy,
rules.
Yeah.
Heavy rules. Yeah. And then it's also because of when it was made, I'm assuming, not intuitive at all.
No.
The icons and stuff that you're seeing on the screen, really, if you don't know what they mean, you're probably not going to figure it out on your own unless you're familiar with these games already, which I'm not. I don't have a history with this game. I've got outside of Gemfire that we played,
and I think it's a lot better to Gemfire.
I agree. Gemfire is much simpler because I went back and looked at Gemfire just to kind of compare and contrast against Nobunaga's Ambition, and it's Gemfire has 3 stats that you have to worry about, while meanwhile Nobunaga's Ambition has 12 that you have to worry about, and it's a lot of the game feels like a balancing act to me because it's you've got your peasants, you got your production side of your kingdom, your fiefdom, and then you've got like your military side. And it feels like you kind of have to like balance that, because your production side, producing rice to feed your soldiers and money to pay your soldiers, obviously directly influences how big of a military you can have.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like I got pretty good at that part, where it's like optimizing that, and like, because I could accumulate wealth quickly and surpass like my opponents. But it's like, what I still need to figure out is like figuring out when to attack other territories, because like what happens,
Yeah.
like I attacked somebody, and it's like you attack another country, and then all the other countries just start like dogpiling on you, because you've split your army. You know, you leave some of your army to defend, and you go out and attack, and they're like, okay, well, time to fuck this guy up pretty bad.
So can you, although if someone else attacks you, then it's just defense. You're not going to rout them so badly you can take them over.
No, it's just defense. Yeah, you're just they're invading, and you're trying to repel that invasion. Yeah. And then when you do attack, like it goes from, most of the game is honestly, not to bring up Risk again, but it is like a board, like imagine Risk.
Yep.
Zoom in on Japan, and then split Japan into 17 fiefs. Or you can there are 4 campaigns that you can do. Mm-hmm. The first one's 17, and then the other 3 open it up to like 50 fiefdoms. Mm. So it's like, imagine Japan just cut into smaller countries. And that is the game board. And you view other countries warring against each other. That's kind of your overview. But when you go into actual combat, like when you decide you're going to invade a country or you have to defend yours, it switches modes similar to Gemfire. Because, Gemfire would switch to that like NES looking mode. Do you remember that? Where there's like a red flag and a blue flag.
Yes.
And you had to like maneuver.
The worst.
It's horrible. Yeah. And it's like Nobunaga's Ambition.
I've seen Shining Force. You guys can do this better.
Exactly. Nobunaga's Ambition does a better job of that, at least on the Super Nintendo. I can't speak for the other ones.
Nobunaga's Ambition, watching the wars in that reminded me of the wars in Suikoden 2.
Oh, see, I haven't played that one. Not yet. I would like to. So how are they similar?
It's the troops that you can build. Of course, in Suikoden, like depending on every troop is composed of 3 people. And you're going to equip then special options if you have them. Certain characters bring certain special unit options, and others are just bring a lot of attack, bring a lot of defense, or both.
Gotcha.
So then you kind of mix who is going to be what 3 of the cast of 108, what 3 characters are going to be comprising each unit.
Okay. That's cool. That sounds way deeper than Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah. And then depending on how much strength and defense you have, then you have like 3 hit points. So if you get severely routed, like you fight George Prime, who if you put him on, he has like a special charge and his strength is super high. So you go against a unit that is like magical and do your spirited charge against their back. I mean, you might take the 3 hit points and just rout them completely one go. But
gotcha.
Going around each attack, reducing the number of hit points that the unit has on kind of a not super detailed grid.
But it is a grid, so it is tactical.
Yes.
It's not like the paper, rock, scissors kind of like battles
like
in Suikoden 1.
No, this is way more tactical.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, so yeah, this in Nobunaga's Ambition, it is kind of gridded out like that. It's supposed to be hexes, actually, but they made them these like long rectangles, I guess, to simplify it.
Yeah.
And there are different units. There's 3 different units. There's infantry. There's, I always say this wrong, cavalry.
Cavalry, yes.
Okay. I always want to say Calvary.
Calvary. Jesus.
Yeah, right? Or calves.
Yeah.
Get rid of the horses and ride baby cows.
No, it's leg day. Doing some good cavalry.
Right? The cavalry will deal double the damage like an infantry unit will. And then there are riflemen because this... rifles, like flintlock rifles, existed in the period that this game takes place in, which, by the way, is a real, like, the Sengoku period is a real period. It's like when, I don't know much about Japanese history, What I do know, I learned from an anime I believe is called Meow Meow Japanese History. Which is like
that lines up.
Japanese. It's like, imagine like if we had like, it's essentially our version of it would be cats who are like George Washington. And it's like they do the things that we know, like he crosses the Delaware, but then he takes a nap on the boat or something in the sunlight.
Yeah, 'cause he's a cat still.
Because he's a cat,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So while I'm watching this, I'm like, I don't know if this is for children or if this is for people who already know like the real history, and it's like this is a fun little like play on that. But whatever. There is an episode on Nobunaga, and that is where I first heard of this guy.
Okay.
So when the game came up, and I had heard of the game because it's Koei and they do all these strategy games, right? And we had played Gemfire, so I knew we had more of these coming up.
Yeah.
And there are. I mean, there
Several
are
more.
there are a handful of them.
Because I checked it out and I was like, fuck, it's gonna be bad. I know Dave's doing it, I'm gonna watch his stream so I can get a handle on it.
Yeah.
You did a great job explaining it. As you were going and what you
Thanks.
were doing, like I understood how to start.
Yeah.
You know, and what each thing did, and I could have, had I sunk time into this, I would have known how to start to learn.
Yeah.
Like you did a very good job laying out the basics to make it playable.
Thanks. Yeah, that's I feel like is one of the hardest parts of the game is learning the game.
Yeah.
Like the instruction manual is enormous, as you can imagine. I think it's like 60 some odd pages. And some of that is like the history of like that period of Japan's history. So it's not all rules, but like a lot of it is rules. I mean, it is like, this is a game that it's like, if you rented this as a kid and it did not come with the instruction manual,
oh man,
you would have been so fucked.
I can't imagine a 60-page Xerox stapled together in the rental box for this game.
I can't imagine a kid renting it either, honestly. This is, and I said this a bunch on the stream last night. To me, this is a dad game. Like, this is the kind of game.
I forget who said that, but that is so perfect.
This is the game that, like, you go over, like, when you were a kid, you would go over to your friend's house who had a Super Nintendo, and, like, their dad was, like, a little bit cooler than the rest of the dads. And it's like, oh, he plays video games, but he plays these, you know? Like tennis and golf, and then Nobunaga's Ambition.
Because after watching you play it, then I played it based on watching you play it. So I just did like all the things you did that it was like,
oh, I'm so sorry.
I guess I'm ready to talk about this game. Yes.
I've never won a game.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I meant earlier, where it's like, I feel like I am learning how to optimize the decisions that I make, but I'm making the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Demented Lemming.
Everything that you did, like I did everything pretty much for the most part because it all made sense and I didn't lose, you know, and then I had to go do stuff today. But
yeah.
You know, what time I played, I was like, okay, make it through several seasons. You know, I'm surviving. No one's attacking me. I'm certainly not attacking anybody. No one's asked me to get married yet. Maybe they will. And then, you know, I survived and I enjoyed the resource building, the sort of thinking what to put where for your soldiers, for your training.
Yeah. I like that too. I like the economy part of it.
Yeah.
And the reason I liked it is because I feel like I figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, there's a merchant that will visit your territory from time to time, and you can use that merchant to like take out a loan. And it's like there's a bar on the side that shows you all the rates of everything. So it's like if the interest rates on the loan are like minimal, if I can take a loan, why not? You know, and it's like what I like to do is take out a loan and then immediately invest that money into the town. Because the town is what generates wealth. Yeah. So it's like, this is going to earn me money. So let's fucking do it anytime the merchant's here and the interest rate is low. But see, the problem is I get absorbed in that.
And then you get attacked. It's like, fuck.
Well, see, sometimes yes. But it's like, it definitely makes me not want to attack.
It's your nation, and then everything else has been conquered by one person. So you're the...
Pretty much. But what sucks about that is... The game, in order to be successful, I think, because like I said, I still don't know exactly, like I don't know what the good strategy is, right? But it's like when other countries start conquering, their production increases because they can do it in 2 territories now. And it's like, and shit, the longer the game goes, the more expensive soldiers become to hire, the more expensive it costs to arm the soldiers. These are all things you have to worry about.
Yeah.
shit just becomes more and more
them to go
expensive.
attack.
Yeah. And it's like, so the game, I feel like that is the game's way of forcing your hand, where it's like, eventually you're not going to have the resources to pay for all of this. So you're going to have to attack.
I read, because I looked up videos too, not a ton of videos, but a decent amount over Nobunaga's ambition. I watched a video on the NES to kind of compare it.
How was that? I haven't seen any of the NES.
Very similar. Of course, it doesn't look as good, but like I could tell, oh, yeah, this is definitely the game.
I thought that parts of this game looked great.
Yep.
Most of it didn't. The bulk of the game, I feel like, looked like Color a Dinosaur for the NES. But like the portraits,
and I guess it doesn't have to look great.
It doesn't, as long as it communicates, right? Which I think that it does for like the most part. Like the little icons and stuff that's supposed to tell you this means peasant loyalty does not communicate peasant loyalty.
No.
It's like a dude in a green kimono.
Yep.
And it's like, that could be anything.
I guess your army looked more like British redcoats.
Yeah, totally.
There.
Especially with the rifles.
Yeah.
Which Nobunaga was like, that was like a new technology when he was a boy. So like he gravitated to that.
Ah, okay.
I don't know how much you know about Nobunaga. I don't know a lot.
Next to nothing.
But apparently he was a...
Nothing being, I don't know his name, next to nothing being Nobunaga. That's all I know.
Apparently he was kind of an asshole, which I can't believe. He's a fucking teenager ruling a fucking like...
That's a DeMayo for you.
Right? Fucking DeMayos. But like what's wild is like all of the DeMayos in the game are real historical figures. Like these people were actual warlords in this time.
Is it the hardest to win as Rokaku?
Dude.
Who gets
yes.
defeated the very first round?
Every time I play.
Yeah, when I played it the same way.
Every time he's defeated the first round. And then there's another
so I guess he's the hardest mode.
Gotta be. Has to be.
Yeah.
And this game is hard. It is difficult. And the game asks you like, what difficulty would you like to play? 1 through 5. And it's like, I can't beat 1, man.
Yeah.
So 1, I guess. And even like in Game Facts, because like trying to learn the game and the rules, I went to Game Facts after I finished the instruction manual. I'm like, okay, I know some of this, and I went to Game Facts, and now piecing those together, it's like the Game Fact is like pretty much never to go above 1.
From what? Because I tried to do as much research as I could on this game in particular.
Yeah.
And what videos I could were people kind of walking you through it, explaining it. Honestly, none did as good a job as you did. I was very, very impressed with your walkthrough.
Thank you. That was just me, that was all confidence. I have no idea if the things I was saying were correct.
Hey, man, perfect. ABC, always be closing.
Yeah, totally.
So, and then one guy who said, like, common tactics, he's like, sometimes if I really want to cheese it, I'll go ahead and turn on 8 players and then just let one of me conquer the rest of me and go ahead and get a huge territory.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I do think that is cool that up to 8 players can play as well.
That's very cool.
And it's also very board game-like. You know what I mean? Like,
you could definitely pass the controller around. And
it would
if
work.
you have people who were interested in it, you were kind of taking, it might be a good game to like take bets on, who can do what.
Yeah.
Because you can watch it play itself if you really want to.
Yeah, you can do a demo mode, essentially. Mm-hmm. Maybe that would help you learn. I doubt it.
Yeah, but there are more people who love this game than I thought. Because every video I found about it, the comments were all just like, I used to play this game for 12, 13 hours straight. Oh my God, I played this all summer for one summer. This is an amazing game. Oh my God, I love this.
It's a big one. That's why I wanted to put the time in. Because I knew that if I did it like Gemfire, that I knew I would hate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I would because I wouldn't understand it. I felt like I needed to understand the game in order to even feel like I knew why people loved it. Because you're right. People love this game.
Because the only thing I found, one person who said they beat it on 3 stars.
Wow.
Thought they were the biggest shit ever.
Wow.
And then only one person claiming like, oh, I could beat it on 5 stars, no problem.
Wow.
All the time. Well, this guy's full of shit. I believe this 3-star guy. Because everybody else is saying 1 star, oh my God. This guy's saying 5 stars, nothing. He's full of shit. 3-star guy. Okay, 3-star guy.
Well, Demented Lemming was in chat when I was playing, and he's pretty much the only one in chat who had played this game a lot. Mm-hmm. He had spent a lot of time with the game. And his comment on my style of play was that it is very much I'm doing the long game, where it's like I'm just trying to build economy and wealth, and then build my army, and then once the army is huge, go out and attack.
Yeah.
So I get the feeling that a lot of people play it faster than I do.
Yeah, as soon as you can attack someone around you that you can afford to attack them, double that, and then as soon as you get your army built up again, attack someone else.
Yeah, and I also think maybe...
And I would play, honestly, even without watching you play, I would have played the exact same way.
Yeah. I mean, I like playing, I like getting into that, like I said, I mean, I got absorbed in this economy loop and like optimizing the economy and like all of that. Like there are points in the game where I feared a typhoon more than I feared an invasion. Because like a typhoon, if it hits your territory, it wrecks your production. Like I had 500 production.
Kill off peasants?
Yeah, plague will kill off peasants. Okay. A plague also will possibly infect your DeMayo.
Spoiled your DeMayo.
Yeah, it's like a sunlight. It's like leaving Japanese mayo in the van for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing I did. I was so excited about this Kewpie mayo that I hear everyone talk about online, all these cooking channels.
I've heard of Kewpie. Yeah, I've heard of it.
They had it at Jungle Gyms.
Yeah.
I got it. I was like, man, fuck yeah. And then Melissa kept it on ice for me the days where I was in Ohio and she was in Cincinnati. Like I should have got it leaving town. But then by the time I got back and met up with her, I just forgotten about it. So it just
we're setting up food on Friday to eat for Patreon. And I learned about the Kewpie mayo, which is brought in a bag that I literally thought that the mayo, there's a bottle in the bag, and I literally thought the mayo had like turned into petroleum jelly.
Yeah, because I totally forgot about it, and it's been just in the hot van the whole time. But it didn't smell, didn't spoil. You know, I guess it's very well sealed. It'll never be opened. It will
I was about to ask, how much did you eat?
Oh, it was really smooth. So it is on my shelf with all my other like Japanese like Final Fantasy cans and shit like that. So
I can't tell you how pleased I am that we were able to literally go back around to mayo on this Nobunaga's Ambition episode. Yeah, the typhoons fucking suck because like I had my production up to 500, which is essentially meaning that I'm making 500 units of rice per year. Because you get paid in the fall. Fall's where you do taxes and stuff, and also where you're like you harvest rice, I think, throughout the year.
Well, every playthrough I saw, the first thing they did was set their tax rate to 60.
To 60? See, I did 45 because the instruction manual kind of like, here's how to play. Step 1, set taxes to 45. And I was like, okay. But I think that's the bottom range because it's like 45 is like safe. Right. Because I have had peasants revolt and it sucks. Like I've just reset the game because it's like I don't want to spend the time like rebuilding my economy while everybody else around me, because you can spy on other territories. So like if you pay 10 what looks like breadsticks, if you play, which is money.
I thought it looked like Nutter Butters.
Yeah, they do look like Nutter Butters. I think Zal was calling them Meowth foreheads.
They do look like the thing on Meowth's forehead. That's true.
So you can pay 10 of those and send a spy out to another territory. And that spy, if he's successful, you'll be able to view that other territory's daimyo or daimyo. You'll get to see like essentially your stat screen, but it's their information. So you can kind of figure out, okay, I need this many soldiers to attack. Or what I would do is, because, man, I read about like one of the best things to do is just assassinate other daimyos, because you can hire ninjas in the game, and it's like you can give them different things to do. Like you can tell them to arson, and they'll set the town on fire, and it'll lower their town value. Or you can have them spread rumors to the peasants, and that'll like lower the peasant loyalty and stuff like that. You can also choose attack, which is an assassination attempt. And man, that one GameFAQs I read, the dude was like, I never attack with armies. All I do is send ninjas out on assassination attempts. And it's like, I tried that. I have tried that so many times. I just don't know what the magic number is, because it's like, never was I able to assassinate a fellow daimyo. Yeah. I guess I just need to send more ninjas. At one time I sent 90 ninjas.
Well, you got to do like in Naruto, 3-man squads.
Maybe I do.
Or one ambu or a 3-man squad.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is true. Like in any movie you see where there's a bunch of ninjas, they all crumple like paper. But if there's one ninja,
oh yeah,
you're in trouble.
That's your good ninja.
Yeah, that's the real good one. But I like the animations, like when things happen in the game, like when you send the ninja out, you get the like little chibi red ninja like crouch down and then like disappear. Like that stuff's cool.
Yeah.
And like when you tax the peasants and like their barrels of rice disappear behind them and they cry. Like I mean, that's it. Charming stuff like that.
And
like that.
I get why it is a perfect dad game, but I really understand why it's still going. This is definitely like its own thing, and it blows anything else we've done in this vein out of the water, in my opinion. I thought this, I don't know if it was the clarity of you understanding so that I finally understood it, but this seems to be like, this is the best of the strategy RPG thing on the Super Nintendo. This seems to be it.
I know that people also talk about, I think it's called what is it? The Three Kingdoms Romance Saga or something like that.
I've seen that. I saw that available to rent.
Romance
all
of the Three Kingdoms is maybe what it is. I'm getting it fucked up. But that's another Koei game that people, from the way I've heard people talk, they put it on the same like level as Nobunaga's Ambition. I'm kind of looking forward to it, honestly.
After playing this?
Yeah, I feel like the more of these that I play, probably the easier they'll get. Like I kind of want to go back and play Gemfire because I feel like maybe I could win a game. Yeah. Just because it is simpler. Like at least in Nobunaga's Ambition, you have like when you go into the battles, like they have mountains that increase your attack and defense if you're on a mountain. You know, like Shining Force style, where it's like the terrain gives you bonuses and penalties.
Yep.
Gemfire didn't have that. It was just that old NES grass, essentially.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you could also...
Everything was donut plains.
Yeah, right. Yeah, real shitty donut plains. I also liked that in the battles, if you were able to kill their commanding officer, it would just... You win. Like, you don't have to take down all their units as long as you, like, kill the general. They're a hero.
So if you got... Same for you. If you get assassinated, you automatically lose.
Yes.
So what, your intelligence is your proof against ninja?
From what I've read, you need a high intelligence, and the size of your army also helps.
Okay.
Which that all makes sense, I guess.
It's your security.
Yeah, that's your security. We didn't even talk about abilities yet, because that is like... I'm glad you said intelligence, because each DeMayo has ability scores like you would see in D&D, kind of. Like they've got health, intelligence, like you mentioned, luck, drive, charm, and there might be one more. But these... So what sucks about them is they're randomly generated. You can choose whatever daimyo you want to play as. Some start out better than others just because like they have better wealth or something starting out. Like the daimyo of Rokuken or whatever it is has horrible, just horrible starting out everything.
Everything.
Horrible. So that's why every game he's knocked out round one. Oda Nobunaga is the strongest, so that's why I played as him.
Yeah,
because I was like,
every playthrough they all played as him.
Because it's like I don't understand this game. I want to learn it, and I don't want to learn it on. I want to know that it's mistakes that I'm making and not like flaws of the character, right? But these stats that they all start with are randomized, and all of the other daimyos, like if you send a spy out to look, they're like their stats are in like 100s. The 90s. So it's like, meanwhile, when you randomly generate, you could possibly do like
all 60s,
66, 64. Yep. Yeah. So it's like the guides.
You're the last Romanov who fell and ruined all of Russia. All your stats are in the 60s.
But I mean, yeah, like the guide was essentially just do this until you get 100s and 90s. Trust me. And it's like, I do trust you.
Because you got like 109 luck. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That seems very important.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of an annoyance. It would be nice, I feel like, if it were randomized, but maybe it's like a narrower window, or maybe the difficulty
and you
scales.
Could invest in it and raise it if
yeah. And sometimes you can. Like there are some stats that can increase as you play, but some of them are just set. Like your drive, like as you win battles, your drive will increase.
Oh, okay.
Which is good for conquering more territories. But I mean, I don't know. It just kind of, I feel like on difficulty 1, they should be like, okay, it's still going to be randomly generated, but it's going to be from like 88 to 109 or whatever, you know. We're going to scale it.
Because you went for a good like 4 or 5 minutes to get your stats set.
Yeah. I've been lucky before and got it like on the 3rd try. Yeah. But yeah, like last night when I was streaming it, it took a long time. Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, I'm fine.
What wasn't there? Was it Neverwinter where you could roll for your stats, and if you rolled something like 1,000 times, it'd go, oh, fine, here, and you'd have all 18s.
Oh no, I didn't know that. Yeah. That's awesome.
There's some game like that does that where you roll for your randomly generated stats.
Man, I played a lot of Neverwinter, but like that doesn't, you know.
Yeah, maybe it was like Baldur's Gate or something like that.
I played a lot of that too. No matter what it is, it's like, man, what a nice little like a secret that I didn't know about. I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of Neverwinter.
Remember, old friend CFP did it every time.
Oh, yeah?
Make sure he had,
He would roll it 1,000 times?
Mm-hmm. Sit there and roll it till he got his perfect stats.
Yikes.
And then play it.
Okay. You know, I don't know what game it was, but probably just download like a trainer or something to like input that in. Probably be a lot faster than...
Put the all 18s patch instead of for 45 minutes, click. Click. Click.
That's funny that they did that, though. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of like when I was rolling for the stats in Nobunaga's Ambition, it reminded me of like middle school rolling up D&D characters for 2nd edition. Yeah. And it's like, because when you're not there with your friends, you got nothing else better to do, but you want to play. It's like, fuck it. I'll just roll characters until I get a good one and then bring that guy when I go game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. We all die anyway, but you know, it's a fucking grinder. Nobunaga, so he was kind of an ass, apparently. Mm-hmm. He had a retainer named Tochiro, who everyone said looked like a monkey. And he wrote a letter to Tokichiro's wife that is pretty good, where he says that he's delighted that she came to the castle. Thanks for the gifts. Sorry I didn't have any gifts for you, but next time I will have gifts. He talks about your beauty has gone from a 10 to a 20 since the last time I saw you.
All right.
Tokichiro.
And once it's a 21, I'll kill your husband for myself. Right?
He's essentially saying your husband doesn't tell you that enough, is essentially what he's saying. He says, but, because apparently she said something about her husband, like out of turn. So this was his letter to her, like reprimanding her.
Okay.
So he's like, despite you're too good for him, you're better than he deserves. Watch what you say, please, because he's my retainer and that reflects on me kind of deal.
Okay. I figure it's like, oh, you talk shit about him. Like, yeah, baby, I could do you so much better.
Well, in the letter, he does call Tokichiro a bald rat. Keep in mind, at this time, he was probably like 18
with
years
half
old.
My dick and half my money and half my looks.
Well, that's what's crazy is like looking at the ages of these daimyos. A lot of them are in their teens. Like, can you imagine
living? Daimyo!
Can you imagine can you imagine being a peasant and being like, oh my fucking God, we are literally being ruled by a 16-year-old. Mm-hmm. And it's like, thank God we'll be dead in our 40s anyway.
Well, that's how I feel one day when I'm 45 and my boss is my age.
So apparently Nobunaga met his end. He was assassinated by one of his own men in a really kind of a weird way. He was assassinated by Akechi Mitsuhide, who burned down Nobunaga's castle, and Nobunaga couldn't escape the castle, so seppuku. And then that was the end of Nobunaga. Because apparently he was a dick to a lot of people, including this one of his men, this guy. And he was like, I'm fucking done with this dude.
All right.
Yeah.
More like Dead Yo.
Right?
Oh.
Now that was Nobunaga's revenge.
Yeah.
Is when he comes back. A stupid Belmont gets all the bones of Nobunaga.
Revives it. Perfect.
And brings it to the castle. But the bald rat guy, like, there's this cool story. I don't know if it's true or not, because, like, you know, I'm not an expert on any of this, but it's like, apparently the bald rat guy was like, I have an idea how we can take this country. We're going to build a castle in sections. We're going to float it down the river. And then in the middle of the night, we're going to construct that castle and we'll be sieging from this castle. So that's what they did. They built a castle overnight. The people in the other territory like woke up and they're like, oh shit, there's a castle here. And then by that point, when like Nobunaga's men had like snuck in and like opened their castle gates, and then they just fucking poured in and destroyed them.
No, it's pretty good.
Weird times, man.
It's pretty good.
All this happened because like this is like playing this game.
That's like some Glen Barron shit. No. We'll move the castle in pieces on water.
Right, yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's kind of one of those like the Trojan horse kind of deals. Mm-hmm. One of those stories. But it's like, man, can you imagine like how fucking shitty would that be if you're like a soldier and you're like on the other side and you're like, God damn it, we're gonna fucking die, dude. They built a castle overnight, man.
I'm still working on the mud in our hut.
Right. So anyway, but it's also weird to like, I don't like reading this now in 2020 because it's like all of this has happened because the fucking feudal Japan failed essentially.
Yeah.
And then it fell to this like scattering like 50 feudal states. And it's just like, we're just going to fight until one of us gets all of it.
Yep. Yeah.
That's our ambition.
As is man.
Yeah, for real.
Then we will become prefectures.
Right. Is there anything else? The music, there's like 2 songs.
I like them.
Yeah, I like them okay.
They're pretty good. I did watch the ending of with the 50 different spots.
How's that? I haven't seen the ending.
It was interesting because you see like Oda with like just a fuck ton of everything, rolls up on just whatever spot number 1 at the very top, conquered all the rest, is at the top, goes in. Troops that are like ranked like 22, 23, 24 against the highest one had was the home base at 5. Everything else is like 3 and 2. So you just see him 2 cavalry units and just wipe.
Is this like a cutscene style or is this like...
No, this is regular gameplay.
Gotcha.
And then once you finally beat it, take the territory, then you see Oda has conquered 1 in the daimyo's name. And then, like, congratulations, and then it shows a falcon while all the credits scroll, just like a still falcon. And then Oda holding the falcon.
Congratulations, here's a bird.
Yep, you are now the falconer. And then he's holding the bird on his arm. That's it.
There's a part of me that really loves how shitty of an ending that is. Like, congratulations, it took you 20 hours to figure out how to play this game. Probably took you 50 hours to finally beat it. Mm-hmm. Here's a bird.
Here's a bird.
Have a good day.
Hey, maybe if you put it to difficulty, there's 2 birds. I don't know. Try it and see.
At 5 difficulty, Nobunaga turns into a bird.
He's a bird. He turns into Peter from Shining Force 2.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, which version of Peter? Beginning version or badass version?
Beginning version, because I guess you have to buy the next Nobunaga's Ambition 2 to see.
Which does exist.
Evolved badass, yeah.
And then there is another Nobunaga's Ambition for the Super Nintendo. We can either talk about that a little bit right now and go ahead and get 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, let's do it.
I feel a little bad doing it because I didn't play it, but I did watch some playthrough.
From what I read, the graphics are...
They're
better.
They're different
for the wars.
Yeah, for the wars for sure. The map, they did like a really weird, like shitty map. The map looks worse.
What I read is like the 2 is where it sort of started losing its charm a little bit as opposed to the other releases.
The SNES release is called Nobunaga's Ambition, Lord of Darkness, and
it's where he conquers hell.
Right. Well, there are like he's kind of like this legendary figure because it's like I think it's in Oni, the video game Oni, Nobunaga is the dark sorcerer in that game who summons the demon.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, he has like, it's because like he's a historical figure, but he also has like, there's like folklore. Like he's kind of like a supervillain of like folklore from the way that the way that I've seen. Because like he's a common villain in fiction. And I guess it's just because of how fucking ruthless he was.
Like, it's like Caesar taking over the Mojave and Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, the only one who really does it is the asshole who like fucking kills people to get it accomplished.
Yeah.
People won't even wear masks, much less just be conquered.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Nobunaga's Ambition, Lord of Darkness, which I honestly thought was a ROM hack the first time I saw it. Because it looks so similar to Nobunaga's Ambition. They added some new mechanics. It's essentially the same game. It does look better. The battles look better. They added tea room items.
Tea room, okay. For like the ceremony you could have probably a whole different stat based on it.
Presumably.
Yeah.
They also added...
your tea stat.
Yes, your tea stat.
You have to get 109 or restart.
There's also governmental points. So, like, it gets more nitty-gritty with, like, governing. And it's like, it looked like you could spend those, like the number of governmental points determined how long your turn was, as opposed to in Nobunaga's Ambition, each season you can do one thing.
Yeah.
So you get to do 4 things a year. This looked like...
Which every battle takes a day as compared to the season.
Right, that is true. Yeah, the combat follows different rules than the other things. That's a good point. But it looked like in Lord of Darkness, it looked like your turn length was based on like governmental points.
Okay.
I'll probably check it out anyway, honestly. I wanted to for this episode, but I already put a lot of time into this. Like, I mean, it was already a lot of time.
The same. I think that's fair. Do you have any achievements for this?
I have a few that came in from Twitch chat. I've got some good ones. The first of which is TPS reports. This comes in from Bongo Yoda. In order to unlock TPS reports, you spend 30 minutes rolling for 100 plus stats before even starting the game. Second Chivo is Nobunaga. And in order to unlock Nobunaga, go with your first character roll like a noob. A true player spends their first 30 minutes rolling. And that came from Postmaster General Damien.
I'm going to kind of interrupt you with one.
Please. Noob Saibot?
Lubunaga.
Lubunaga.
And that's where you play as Rokaku and just die immediately. You get fucked the first turn.
I don't know if that's Lubunaga. That's like no Lubunaga. like oops. You get some spit if you're lucky. Rokaku. There's got to be more. Nobunaga. Lubunaga is really good. I thought you were like, I didn't know how you were going to go with that. Like every time someone marries off one of their daughters to another kingdom, like that's Lubunaga, because it's like that happened. Like there's diplomacy options in the game, and one of the options is you can marry off a daughter. Another fucking daimyo.
That means like you can't attack them for
a certain number of rounds, and I don't know how many rounds that is.
You get a pretty good chunk of money.
Yeah, I got like 400 gold. Another daimyo was like, "Yo, I want to marry your daughter," and I'm like, "I have a daughter." Okay, 400 gold.
How
fine.
many?
Right? Yeah, you want them? Yeah, you want more? At 400 pop? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't plan on attacking you for like years anyway.
You're on the other side of the map. We're good.
Right. And I'm like afraid to attack my neighbor.
I got 50 daughters. Everybody gets one. Gives me enough gold and time for me to do a few years of building up, and then I'll do a big swath and kill all of you.
That's the new strategy. The daughter strategy. They need a stat for like gestation period.
The Betty Botter bought his daughter strategy. I love it.
Oh, man. Boobanaga. It's the ROM hack where everyone's topless in the game.
It's just tits.
Now I'm playing the game where I take the first letter of the alphabet and replace it with the...
Nobunaga, which is everyone is a werewolf.
Yeah, French werewolf. Nice pull, the loup-garou. Man, nice. Aunt Baru Managa. Where
instead of rice, it's blue milk.
Yep, exactly. Man, I would totally play like a Star Wars ROM hack of this. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, the Star Wars moisture farmer simulator where it's all you're trying to get all the moisture.
And I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I don't think I'm going to get better than Aunt Baru Banaga tonight. So I might as well just leave if you're okay to finish this up. And that wasn't even
Saruda Baruda Naga.
Final Fantasy 11 deep cut. Nice. Oh.
Yeah, you're all just in Saruda Baruda.
Roomba Nagas?
Roomba?
Yeah.
You're all clear.
All right. Yeah, I'm done, I think. But I guess my point of that was diplomacy is another part of the game. And I think if I were to master that, I'd probably have a better time of being like, I'm going to pay these surrounding territories to not attack me, and then I'm going to attack a territory. That would probably stop that dogpiling, I would hope.
Yeah.
But then also people break their treaties all the time, I've discovered. Like I had one playthrough, a neighboring daimyo was like, I'll give you 40 gold if you don't attack me. And I'm like, sweet. And I take it. And then the next fucking turn, he attacked me.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did you even give me 40 gold?
You said you wouldn't attack me.
Now you just got to take it. Oh, God. The last achievement I've got comes from Just a Punk, and it is Units. In order to unlock Units, you got it. I called it Units last night because I was Mr. Juice.
Units, yeah.
You sell your daughter for gold units to maintain peace.
That's pretty good. I got one more.
Okay.
Rakaka fuck you. And that is where you win as Rakaka.
Oh my God. And then Koei writes you a letter. We heard a rumor that you beat our game playing as the weakest of the DeMayos.
Please turn off the Game Genie.
The next D&D game I play, or the next Call of Cthulhu, last name is DeMayo.
Perfect. Tony DeMayo.
Yeah, all right. It just writes itself. Everyone else is playing in character in period. I'm like, I'm walking here.
What's your name? Anthony Bologna. Or Tony Baloney to you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have a question for you. Do you think this belongs on TADPOG's top 100 Super Nintendo games?
Yeah.
I kind of would put it on there.
I think this genre should be represented. And a lot of people really fucking love it.
Yeah. Although I think there could be...
And I could be into this game. I really could. If I had been a kid and gotten taught how to play this, I would have enjoyed this.
That's the important part, is being taught. Because I feel like when you start to understand it, it becomes fun. And I don't know if it's because we've used the phrase Stockholm Syndrome games. This might be a Stockholm Syndrome game where it's or a sunken cost fallacy where it's well, I spent 12 hours learning this game. Of course it's good.
Yeah.
Because if it's not good, then I wasted that 12 hours and that's not possible. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It kind of reminded me of my freshman year of college when Jacob and I lived together. I had the computer. So Jacob would play this football managing game.
Okay.
It was just menus.
Okay.
And he would play that, and I'd try to follow him a little bit while he was doing it, but all the stats that you're looking for as a manager, what you're looking for in your players, all sorts of shit. And I was like, this looks interesting. I don't like football, so I will never touch this, but this looks interesting. I'm interested that you can sit here and play this all night long. It's very much like how Nobunaga's ambition is.
I played the shit out of this, and I wanted to continue playing it. It also feels like the kind of game that would be perfect for mobile gaming.
Yeah.
Because it is when I was playing on Saturday, I would pause sometimes when Henry was because he got a new Lego set and he wanted to build some Lego. Mm-hmm. So it's all right, I'll just leave this running, and then when you're tired of building Lego, I'll come back and pick up where I left off. So I do like there's something, and that might be why it's a dad game. I mean, because you literally can just walk away from it, and it's going to be okay.
But it's like a dad game, or like your friend's older brother who you're not supposed to talk to is in there playing
right?
it, and he can tell you how to play it if you're willing to cross that line.
Well, that just kind of like dawned on me where it's like, hey, did we put a pause button in this game? Don't need it. Game is always on pause.
Yeah.
Like
in fact, you have to unpause it to do anything.
Right. Like if it is your turn, you can just leave, and it's fine. Nothing will happen.
Because I remember Mitch, who got me going on RPGs and Final Fantasy, and kind of got the gamer in me going. His older sister, super genius. I think like John Turley knows her. We've had conversations. He thought she was
Nobunaga himself.
Exactly. She was the closest approximation to Daria I've ever met in real life. Only she wasn't like emo, but she was very like monotone, long brown hair, glasses, obviously very intelligent.
Yeah.
And like, so Mitch, if we weren't playing Nintendo or Super Nintendo, we would play DOS games. But his sister was always on the DOS games playing surgery and medical like simulation games and shit like this all the time. So like these games, I think about Stacy whenever I play a game like this, because I remember being young and seeing that and being like, holy shit, what kind of game is this?
Yeah. Stacy's Ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's a judge somewhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have memories like that, but they're for the Gold Box D&D games, because I remember going over to like a friend of my mom's house, and that friend had a son who was older than me. I was like maybe 11 at the time, but he was like probably in his early 20s. And like I remember watching him play like a first-person D&D dungeon crawler. I don't remember which one it was, and just being like, what is this?
Man, these are big boy games.
Yeah, exactly. It is that feeling where it's like, what is this? And I remember asking him about it, and he was pretty cool, but like obviously he couldn't explain it to me in like the 15 minutes we were there.
Go get a notebook.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like, do you have the core rule books? The what? That's like we were talking about.
I know rules.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. No rule. Like I know like all the rules.
Yeah, all of them. Like don't steal from people.
You ever heard that one?
Don't murder. Don't covet things.
I don't covet any idols and false witnesses.
And no
like,
wives.
That's an important one.
I haven't coveted a wife ever. I'm 11.
They're gross. They've got cooties. No, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't buy into that.
I was never that kid either.
Never.
Yeah.
I remember being like on the kindergarten playground, being like, "Oh man, I want to kiss a girl."
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of the core rule books. Like I remember, so like I played Blades in the Dark on Saturday, and we were talking about like D&D, because a lot of them had played and run D&D games at some point, because that's kind of like the foundation, you know? And I remember I was telling them that I remember a time in middle school where it's like, man, I'm really interested in this D&D stuff. I need to learn about it. So I remember going to like Walden Books.
That's the closest thing you could do. You're right. I was about to say, did we even have a Books A Million? No, we did have Read More and Walden Books.
I remember going to Walden Books, and I remember, and this was in Cedar Rapids, because I remember going in, and I remember they had D&D books, but I had no idea what any of these things were.
Yep.
So I just picked the thing that was big and looked the coolest to me.
Probably a Monster Manual.
It was the Council of Worms campaign setting, which is essentially a modification of second edition rules where you play as dragons. So, but as far as I knew, this was just Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's in a box, so that means...
you're a dragon. Oh, okay. All right. So you're a dragon. You're probably going through a dungeon.
Right.
Okay, that's
cool.
That
makes sense. And
I figured I'd be a person, though, but all right, I can be a dragon. Dragons, they can turn into people. I saw, all right, Sword in the Stone. Okay.
I remember reading through that rule book and being like, because they don't teach you how to play the game because obviously you need
mod. Yeah.
Right, you need the player's handbook, you need the Dungeon Master's Guide, you need that shit. So I'm like, I remember being completely confused. Like, okay, they're telling me about dragons and stuff, but like I don't know how to play the game. And then finally, like I remember like talking to Lord Matt, and he's like, "Yeah, you need like the basic books, and then build on that." So, long story short, I've never played Council of Worms. It's still in my closet.
Oh shit! All right,
It's moved around with me.
Yeah. Oh, so your mom bought you that because you're like, I want to learn about D&D, and bought you Council of Worms.
I bought it. I'm sure, like, I can't remember if it was like my allowance that I saved up or if she gave me money to get it. But I remember going to the bookstore, like, by myself and like, nope, this is it. They were leery about me playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I can see your dad just like grab, what book did you get? Dragons. Well, it's not like Care Bears and shit. All right, well, yeah, it's a step in the right direction. Okay, you can keep it.
No, he wasn't that stern about it. He was very much like, so what do you guys do over there? Like when you play, and it's like I didn't know about anything at the time about the Satanic Panic or anything like that, so I didn't know, but I knew that something was up because like they were asking a lot of questions, and it's like, okay, so what's this all about? And then later in life, I find out, oh yeah, okay. A lot of people got really weirded out for no reason. And now I play Morkborg, which is that version of D&D
what you were all worried
that parents
about.
were scared of. Yeah. Like in the back of the book, it's like if you kill your parents, you gain a level. It doesn't say that, but
Dark Star died in the game, so I have to kill myself.
yes.
God, that's such a good little movie.
I've never seen it. I've just seen clips.
Man.
Yeah, I've just seen clips.
The most popular people on campus, the RPGers. Not the jocks or the cheerleaders or the people in the fraternities. Oh, everybody was like turning around looking at them. Oh, shit, it's the RPGers.
That reminds me of the vampire thing that was going on when we first started like going to Murray, like in that era.
Oh,
you remember
Rod
that?
the God. and all
Yeah,
that. Yeah. The guy who's in federal prison for murder.
Didn't kill someone in Florida or something like that? Yeah.
Vampirically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think it needs to be represented on that list. Yeah. I mean, probably
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking
not
about.
super high or anything, but like I think it absolutely deserves. Well, should we play a game that's better? I think one game from this genre should be represented on the top 100,
At least.
especially if it's that, because this was a fun game. If you get past the barrier to entry.
I am really surprised. I really am. I really
totally get
am.
it. I enjoyed watching you play.
Yeah. I really am surprised because I wasn't sure where this was going to go,
Yeah.
you know, because I felt like we were very cold on Gemfire. So,
Oh yeah, I didn't like Gemfire at all.
And because of that, I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. But like Twitch chat did not like this game. And I wasn't trolling. I was being honest when I was like, I think this is a really good game.
Yeah.
But I do think that it requires you to, it requires a lot of you.
I wonder if there's a speed run.
Oh my God, that's a good question.
Speed run. 73 hours.
No, dude, I know like I said, Demented Lemming, he was in chat and he said that he's beaten this game on a lunch break before.
Shit. Just sending out assassins?
I don't know. You know, I was reading chat on a tablet last night, so it was like really hard to keep up with chat because it essentially meant that I could read like 4 or 5 lines of chat at a time.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why Chandra said she also hated Twitch on tablet.
Well, it's also like slow. Like the chat is slow on mobile versions of Twitch because it's like you'll say something and then like it'll be like, this sounds crazy. Like I know like the whole like Louis C.K. thing, like it's got to go to space. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
But still, it's like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's instead of pretty much, instantaneous. Nobunaga's Ambition SNES speed run. I'm looking this up because I am genuinely curious.
Genuinely.
I'm going to ride that pony.
The speed train. Jump on it.
Wow. One of the categories is 17 fiefs beat the game level 5 skill.
Ooh.
And that is empty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
one looks empty.
So that guy on YouTube was full of shit like I thought.
Well, maybe he didn't submit the run. I'm on my phone, which I don't think the site's running super well on my phone, but like there is one first place for 50 beat the game. 17 fiefs beat the game, period. 2 hours, 31 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay.
But it's the only one on there. I feel like this must not be.
Demented Lemming, you need to jump on that.
Yeah, for real.
Get on
man.
that leaderboard.
For real. I have some questions for you,
yes, please,
if you are
please.
interested.
I would love some questions.
And I agree.
About the ambition.
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 I want to know, Koei, where are they now?
Why rice? Why not onion?
Where's Koei now? I don't think we've played this one before.
Give your peasants 50 onion.
That's too much? I'm sorry. That's just your opinion.
Your opinion. Onions are good for your nutrition.
We need Cajun Big Lebowski is what we need. That's just your opinion, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just curious if you would like to guess where Koei is now. Where are they now? Koei, the developer of Nobunaga's Ambition.
I might think they're still kicking.
That's a really good guess because it makes sense, right? Because there are Nobunaga games that are still coming out. They merged with Tecmo in like 2010. So now it is
Koemo.
Yeah, Koemo.
Koemo.
Isn't that the last name of the woman from the Bazinga show?
Oh, the Tony Impresario Tony's
Tony
favorite
Baloney?
show. Yeah. Impresario Tony Baloney. I'm good with this. Big Bang Theory.
The old Sheldon show.
Old Sheldon show. No, young Sheldon, old Sheldon show.
All right. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game an amount of money to purchase it, how much would you give this game if you were to buy it loose?
$25.
Tyler, actual retail value of Nobunaga's Ambition loose for the Super Nintendo, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording is $16.84.
Okay, I knew it'd be a little higher. I bet complete with that fucking instruction booklet. I bet that is expensive.
Complete's not too bad. Complete's like $30. New is like $100. Yeah. New is a lot.
I feel like complete in box would be the way you want to buy this one.
Yeah, the PDF that I found of the instruction manual online is like pretty low quality.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I opened it up, I was like, God, man, why is it got to be a long one? You know, that's got like shitty quality because it's like, I think that's an R, but maybe it's a K. Tyler, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give this I think they're clean shaven, so I'll have to give it a beard, but on top of your head like a mohawk.
Okay.
Of the calculator from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh. The most powerful class in the game?
The most powerful class in the game, as long as you're willing to fuck with it. Like
Which I would never was.
Like this game, a great game, as long as you're willing to fuck with it.
Yeah. Man, I'm so glad you brought up Final Fantasy Tactics because it is like similar to Nobunaga's Ambition, but also like way more focused on the battles themselves than it is. Like, wouldn't it be, and it probably exists, maybe because like when we did like Ogre Battle, it was like maybe we didn't, because that's a fucking dense game too. But it'd be interesting if there is a game that is like Final Fantasy Tactics, but also like brings in like the overworld elements of like Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah.
That could be neat.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be. I would like that.
Especially, like, that's how you do a Final Fantasy Tactics Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's like you have 100 territories, and then you build your jobs and shit.
Because I watched a big thing over the creation of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, wow.
And, like, how much it took for that game to get made, like, just to split off from the series enough to do this, and in a way that was still Final Fantasy-ish, but not just too huge, like Ogre Battle and the shit like that that came before it. So it was interesting to hear them talk about their decisions and why they did what, and the difference in the translations between War of the Lions and the old one. How, like, War of the Lions is much, much more flowery.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I like the new translation because, like, it was tough for me playing the original game and, like, following the the family lines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was tough. But I felt like in War of the Lions they did they almost gave it like a George R.R. Martin kind of like tilt to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it felt more like, oh, okay, like these.
There was a big, like the person who in the video was talking about it, and one of the videos, because I recently went on kind of a tactics kick. He was talking about how he also likes the new translation, but the old one, the wording in it had a sense of urgency and darkness to the world.
I see.
Ivalice is so much different in that it is a serious, grim world. It's not lighthearted. It is deadly and it is serious. So that the original translation carried that through when the other one feels a little more wondrous.
Interesting. Yeah, I could see that.
I was like, seeing so many of the lines side by side, the translations.
Yeah.
I was like, he's kind of right.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot more panic and the people are scared and other people are angry. Like, it comes through in the original translation a lot more. But you get a more sense of scope in the second one.
Yeah, I felt like the world was better explained in the retranslation. I mean, obviously, I like both of them.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like, I adamantly like this was a mistake in War of the Lions, is limiting what you can steal. Because, like, I used to love, like, the hardest battles, like when you're fighting Elmdor and his two assassins.
Yep.
Being able to figure out how to, one, try to have them cast Ultima on Ramza for him to learn it, how to keep them busy, lock them down, surround Elmdor with like at least three thieves to try and get he's got some of the best equipment in the game that you can only get from him in that one battle.
Right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, stealing, and then I love that that's all gone. Like, all the battles that had like the cool stuff you could steal, everyone has maintenance now. But I don't know. I don't like that.
I kind of like it because I kind of like
Makes the battles more serious.
It makes the battles more. They feel more real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like one of the things that I don't like about Final Fantasy Tactics is like, all right, there's one enemy left, and I got a bunch of shit to skill up. Surround it. Beat it up, heal it, like, let's just do this for as long as possible.
JP up, accumulate.
I don't like that. I wish that, because it's not that I mind doing it. I actually kind of enjoy doing it because it's like, check things off a list. You know, I got these things to do. I got this JP to earn. Okay, let's do this. So I like it, but on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but I wish that it would just happen more naturally.
Yeah, there's some a complaint that the author of the video had was that it could become too broken too early on.
Yeah.
Depending on, and then of course the story doesn't scale with you as you progress.
Right,
so you'll have one character who can just do a beeline to the boss, ninja with two knight swords, dead.
Yeah.
Then that's all you do, battle after battle after battle. Especially at the end where they're not clear the screen like a lot of the battles are. They're specific condition, get to this square, kill this one enemy. Dude, all the last 12 battles are like that. So I remember last time I did it, just doing that exact thing and making a really fast character with two big weapons and going to just going across the screen in one move with ignore height and move +4, and then you're there, dead, move on, same thing.
I think they did I know you don't like them, and I understand why, but I think they did a better job of balance in the GBA Final Fantasy Tactics games. Yeah. I know the story is not as good.
Yeah.
The story is not as good, and it's definitely not dark at all. It's whimsical, and it's the baby version of Final Fantasy Tactics, but I do think that the balance is a lot better in it. Yeah.
It's going to be this may be sort of missed tactics.
Yeah.
This weekend in missed tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it totally. And honestly, like, I kind of want to give Ogre Battle like another try.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, it's weird playing this game where it's like, okay, I took the time to learn the rules for this game. That was my biggest problem with that game. Well, Ogre Battle was just like, or Battle Ogre. I can never remember the name because I've never
Ogre
followed
Battle
that.
March of the Dark Queen. Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Because I never really followed that
That
series.
was marked pretty high, too.
I know, it was
Top
on
100.
IGN's list, yeah. So it makes me feel like I didn't invest the time that I needed to in that game. So maybe I should probably revisit that one. But I've heard that series is very hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think there's like maybe a N64 version that came out or something that like people say is not good at all.
Yeah.
But it's the N64, so not surprised.
No, everything's pretty much hit or miss or miss or miss or
Or
miss.
super
or
miss, yeah. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the glasses of Freed Y from Suikoden 2 because he is a good trooper to keep in your wars.
Okay. And he wears glasses?
Yep.
Okay.
He's about the only character I can think of top of my head in Suikoden 2 that has glasses
Yeah.
on.
How many daughters do you marry off in Suikoden 2?
Oh, all of them.
All of them?
All of them.
All right.
It's all men. It's very male
Yeah.
dominated because you sell off all the women.
You end with 93 stars.
Yeah.
Because, you sell off all the daughters.
yeah. No, and I'm so pumped for Aruden Adventures. So the other Chronicles, the spiritual successor to Suikoden.
Oh, yeah. You were
It's
telling
going
me
to be
about
like
that. Yeah.
2 years, but fully funded with all sorts of shit. Another cooking game. Like, I think it's going to be good.
I hope it.
Although I would be willing to bet that it is a one-off.
Yeah.
I bet this will be huge and successful, and Konami will be like, oh, okay, Suikoden 6.
That'd be nice, though, right? Or maybe it wouldn't. Because,
If they bring back that team who did it,
yeah.
bring back their original Suikoden 2 team that made this game.
I mean, it kind of worked with Capcom with Mega Man, right?
You're right.
I mean, even though, like, Mega Man 11 was a good game
Yeah.
compared to what it was up against. But still, look, I don't know. Would that have happened otherwise? I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I don't know.
Well, what else we got? Anything? More questions?
I do have some more questions
More
if you'd like
questions.
them.
Yeah, let's do some more
I have a
questions.
quiz that came in from Ross Rachel Green entitled Koei to Go.
Nice.
Being a homeowner is bloody awful, isn't it? Yes, I agree with that. Every time I mow the yard, I'm like, why the fuck are we owning a house?
Yep.
I understand that renting is just not good, not like a great financial decision, but also this sucks. I only wanted to replace some old windows in my roof, but according to several people, my roof needs to be replaced at a cost of £15,000. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Pounds sterling, I believe. Apparently, burning the house down for the insurance money is not an acceptable suggestion. Anyway, Koei, which I pronounce Koei, which makes the title Koei to Go, like way to go, in case you savages have a weird pronunciation, made quite a few SNES games. So here is an alphabetical list of them. Are you ready? We're going to do horrible
Yeah,
at
this is
this.
gonna be the worst one in a long time.
Yeah. Question 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
This game is a sequel to an air travel management sim, and the subtitle is a type of flight achieved by many military aircraft and the famous Concorde.
That is that Gwyneth Paltrow Mike Myers movie. It's Up in the Air or whatever, where the emphasis is put on the wrong syllable.
Oh my God.
So it's actually that movie.
Yeah, the
Air
trailer that I
travel.
remember,
Yeah.
but the movie that I never saw nor remember the title of. But I remember that from the trailer. That's the only thing the whole thing that stuck with me.
I only know what it's called because I was watching 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, and Richard Ayoade from the
Sorry,
IT
Ray Liotta?
Ray Liotta from the IT crowd was making jokes about that movie.
Oh,
He's
no
like, I
shit.
love it so much. I watch it every day. Gwyneth Paltrow is my personal idol. Here's a book I wrote called, and he has the title.
Is that the one where she plays a flight attendant?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think I know the answer to this. I'm not positive, though, because what I'm thinking it is doesn't really match up with, I don't know if it's a type of flight achieved by many military aircraft. But, like, I've heard of people talk about a game called Aerobiz.
Sure. Aerobiz. Plane business. Perfect.
Aerobiz, locking it in. It is Aerobiz
Good job.
Supersonic.
Very nice.
I don't know. I didn't have the supersonic part, but next question. This top-down action RPG is named after the term to wave or flourish something in a threatening manner. It's a top-down action RPG, so it is not a strategy game that they're known for.
Shake that bear.
Shake that bear.
Because shaking is something you do, in a flourish and a menacing motion.
And a bear is threatening.
Bear's threatening, so you shake that bear. It's also a little sexy.
Yeah, that's an E-fuck blast from the past is what that is. All right, shake that bear,
Shake
locking
that
it
bear.
in. It is, in fact, brandish. Brandish.
Okay.
That's like when you know somebody and you think their name is Brandon, but you're also like, it's probably not Brandon, it's Brandish.
Should be Brando. I don't know. It's Brandish.
Next question. This strategy game is based on the man who was emperor of the Mongol Empire. That's Genghis Khan. I don't know what the full title is you're looking for, but I do know that Koei did a strategy game called Genghis Khan something something. Genghis Khan 2, Clan of the Grey Wolf.
Yeah, we got it. It's fine.
So we'll get to that.
Son of the cave bear.
Next question. This role-playing strategy game sees you gaining allies to defeat the evil demon lord Oda Nobunaga.
You said Oni earlier?
Yeah, did they do?
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
Locking it in. Also, here, these are Super Nintendo games. I forgot.
That's fine.
In Indo, Way of the Ninja? Never heard of it.
No. Just drop the N from Nintendo. Nintendo.
Innuendo? Ninja innuendos? I'm going to throw a smoke bomb up in that ass, baby.
Yeah, she knows what it's about.
Next question. This strategy game depicts the period of time where the Americans begged the British to keep them safe, and we had to fight them back into mainland America while we got out safely. I believe that is... I think it might just be called Revolutionary War.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a Koei game that's the Revolutionary War that I think is just called Revolutionary War.
Okay. Called Bloody Violent Tea Party.
Locking it in. Bloody Violent Tea Party. It's Liberty or Death.
Okay.
Liberty or Death. I heard a little bit about that one where
They have to pay Thomas Paine's estate for the...
they do.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Next question. This World War II simulation game used the same engine as Nobunaga's Ambition.
Nobunaga's Ambition 2.
Normunando's Ambition. The storming of Normunando's Ambition 2. Locking it in. It is Operation Europe, Path to Victory, 1939 to 1945. That's a dad-ass game if I've ever heard one. That's a fucking granddad-ass game right there.
Yeah.
Where it's like if your 60-year-old grandfather played video games in the 90s, that's what he had.
Give me something with Hitler in it, but like smart.
Yeah, give me something that makes me look smart. I think it's more like it.
So even if I'm failing, you won't fucking know.
You'll have no idea. I'm playing as the Germans. Next question. This is another World War II simulation, but this one takes place at sea. Operation Japan, Path to Victory.
It's, Operation Tsunami. Topple them boats.
Operation Wolf. No, not that one. I'm locking any of those in. It is PTO, paid time off. Yeah. Pacific Theater of Operations. Next question. This game is set in ancient China during the Chuhan contention, between Liu Bang and Shang Yu in the 3rd century BC.
Is that the romancing one?
I think that one is like custom, but maybe it is. Let me see. The game shares its title with the second Tenacious D album, though spelled slightly differently. The second Tenacious D album. Man, I wish I'd have bought those now instead of just downloading them. I don't know what the statutes of limitation are on that, but it's probably not Pick a Destiny.
It's Wonder Boy.
Yeah. Tenacious D time. You motherfucker go.
Other than the Pick a Destiny, I don't know any album names.
Let's just see what it is. Oh, no, I never would have gotten it. Rise of the Phoenix.
Oh.
Next question. This is the second of a series of historical strategy games based on a novel of the same name. It could also be an incest porn film between triplets that fall in love and have the surname Kingdom. That is Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Yep.
What are you doing, stepmom?
Stepladder. No.
Right. It is, in fact, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2.
Oh, got it. Close enough.
Next question. Would you believe this is a simulation involving seafaring and trading? That almost makes me think it's like Sid Meier's
trading on
Pirates.
Boats. Pirates sounds fine.
All right, sure. We'll lock it in. It is Uncharted Waters.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I think we got 2.
More than I thought.
We have a Funzo question as well.
Okay.
Funzo.
Okay.
This is a sort of highbrow conversation that 4 well-paid government workers engage in. You are in a serious car accident. You wake up after 6 months and find you only have some minor injuries. The doctor tells you that you will survive. However, your pelvis has been destroyed. They have saved your cock and balls, but they have to move them elsewhere on your body. Mm-hmm. They will be fully functional for sex and urinating. Where do you ask for them to go?
On my man-mons. Go ahead and cut off my pubes, put them right there. Move them up a little bit.
Like,
or it can't go on your pelvis
like
at all.
below your belly button?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think your pelvis is destroyed.
So somewhere else that's not in that region.
Yeah. Can I just not?
I guess it's got to be on your belly button.
Is that an
Put it in
option?
there.
Or maybe
I'll lose a good 2 inches, but that's unfortunate. Go ahead and put it in my belly button.
that's not my your chest.
There you go.
That's not my dick. It's just a really big nipple.
Yeah. Right in the middle there.
No, I wouldn't want it in the middle. I'd want it like kind of like next to one of the other nipples. So it looks like a one-eyed gonzo on my chest.
How sore would that get while you're running?
Pretty bad. Probably chafe pretty bad. Yeah.
Are you running with your condom on?
God, that would hurt even worse, man. I don't know if you've worn a condom for an extended period of time, but
not in a long time.
I've fallen asleep with one on, and that really fucking hurts. Maybe I don't want it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to change sex so much that it's like, is it even going to be enjoyable?
Yeah. Can you just put it on something else and I'll turn it on and it'll vibrate?
I like that. Yeah. A stunt pelvis.
Put it on a strap on so I can take it off and put it on when I want to.
I can't think of there's not a good, under your arm maybe?
Someplace where you could see it.
But then you wouldn't be able to like get it in anywhere. But it feels like it'd be a safe place, right? But you'd also, your arm would always have to be at like a 45-degree angle.
And when you peed, you have to like lean up against something with your elbow.
Man, I didn't even consider peeing. Yeah. I'm just all about sex, and I didn't think about peeing. Yeah, that would suck. Or maybe you could like...
Story of my life.
Well, you know, the pee is stored in the balls.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to like do a senior portrait pose in order to pee. Like put your chin on your...
Just, leaning over the toilet.
Uh-huh. Well, I imagine if you had this operation done, clearly by Rex Ronan, you would need to have like a special toilet or something, right?
Yeah. Melissa and I actually had the conversation the other day. Or what? I was rubbing her shoulders while she was working on one of her school assignments.
And you were like, I wish you had a dick on your shoulder.
Man, I could just like jerk off. Well, she had two. So you were like a weird version of those wrestlers, the bushwhackers that had the spikes, but you just had dicks.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them. Were they like...
They had the football
From Guar,
gear
or-
on, and they would raise their elbows up really high when they would walk.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I was thinking you were thinking like War Machine or something from Marvel Comics.
That works too. No, but then of course, I'm touching her, so I'm rubbing my dick up against her back. She's like, "Yeah, too bad I don't have like a spare vagina just on my back. You could just fuck." It's like, oh, just like right here. So you could just sit down and I could just fuck your back for a while. Okay. Could I put my finger in it and just sort of drag it to wherever I wanted it to be at the time?
Oh, wow. That seems really good. That's some next level shit right there. That would make public adventures a lot of fun and easy.
Yep.
Maybe less fun because it's easier.
Don't twist your wrist like that. You got to keep it up.
You're like, have you ever seen Vampire Hunter D?
Yep.
Yeah, it's got the hand that talks. This one talks as well, but it goes.
There is a member of the Akatsuki, Deidara in Naruto, who has a hand with teeth, or a mouth with teeth on his hand.
That's the shark guy, right? With the shark sword, or is that a different guy?
Different guy. Deidara has long blonde hair. He does explosions are his big thing.
Okay.
So he will
Demolitions Rapunzel. I like to call him.
Yeah. So what he does with that hand is he has basically a fanny pack of explosive clay. He'll stick his hand in there, and the hand it has a tongue and everything, and will eat the clay and moisten and chew it and make it soft, and then he'll mold it into a flying creature and animate it, and it flies off and explodes somewhere. And
have you looked for deviant art of this?
there's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Has to be.
Just like with its tongue, just all around his dick. Yeah. Or somebody else's.
Yeah, if you put it in there, where would it go? Like down his wrist? Down his forearm?
I
Or
bet
is
it's because he does feed it a lot of clay at some point in time, so it's got to have a lot of room.
Is it like a dimensional mouth? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it everything else on a parallel universe, like a bag of holding, like a bag of devouring?
Yeah, they don't really explain anything in at least the anime of how he got it, why he has it.
We'll leave that to the fan artist.
We'll leave that to the
art. Ross says, people suggest hand, but you'd have to wear a glove and lose a hand. Why would you have to lose a hand?
Yeah, I can't just go in my palm.
Yeah. Our consensus is on your side, so it can be hidden and still be able to thrust and held for expressing or expelling.
I don't know. Have you swung on your side? That is hard to do.
I sleep on my side. So that would probably be rough.
You have to sleep on one side from then on, which I can't do that. I feel if I wake up and I've slept on one side too long, it's like, oh, the side's too heavy. I got to sleep on the other side.
Yeah, and I'm the same. What if I just decide to be like a medical anomaly? Like, it's like, I'm already moving this somewhere. Put it on my fucking forehead.
Yep.
And it's just like...
Put it in my mouth.
There you go. It's my tongue now. Hi.
Put my tongue where my dick used to be.
How great would it be to be in everyday interactions? People are looking at your mouth like, what's in
there?
Does he have a dick for a tongue?
Only part of his tongue is the normal color. The other half.
Yeah. Also, why do they talk like this? And then sometimes.
Why? What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm horny. Yeah. I think forehead. I go forehead. I could flap it out of my eyes like long hair.
The Davicorn.
The Davicorn. Yeah. I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, yeah.
Or on my chin, I grow a beard to conceal it.
You have a beard already. You need a much longer beard, I hope.
Like a Led Zeppelin beard.
Yeah. A ZZ Top.
Yeah, there we go.
One of those where you open it up like a cabinet.
You just see it dangling there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Scratched to hell from the beard.
Yeah. I saw your fucked up pelvis. I wonder what happened to your dick. Now I know. It's in your beard.
Here, let me go cut it. Let me cut a window in it and we'll fuck.
It's like a cuckoo clock.
All right. We good? Sounds pretty good.
I think we're good.
I think we covered everything pretty well.
I think we're good. But now I'm starting to think like, where's a part of my body that I can touch and people don't think anything about it? You know what I mean? Because it's like, no one's going to be like, man, you're rubbing your side. Are you fucking jerking off right now? No, man, it's my side.
Yeah.
I see a protrusion from your side. And I saw your fucked up pelvis.
It's the back of your head.
Like this?
Yeah.
Do one of those?
You're Laura Petrie lifting it up to show her eyeballs are back there now.
Nice. God. Probably the best episode of Dick Van Dyke, right?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But requires you to have seen other Dick Van Dyke episodes for you to
They
truly
can't be your
appreciate.
first one.
Right. Because it's like, they're all like this. I don't know. This is the Twilight Zone
I
or...
remember there being some kind of controversy around that episode when it came out.
That doesn't surprise me just because of the time period.
Yeah.
I know that like the episode where the babies get swapped at the hospital. I know that one was kind of controversial because the other family's black. And they like invite them over to the house and everything. And like I know that one was kind of like that one was a big deal. The eyes in the back of the head was probably just too scary.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I feel like those times it's like, oh shit, what if the children watch this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay.
Back of the head, chin, or side or armpit.
Yeah.
Split it in 4 pieces. Put one in each.
Yeah. And speaking of Laura Petrie, which makes me think of Mary Tyler Moore, of course, because that's who played Laura Petrie. I think a long time ago we had a conversation about our favorite character from Mary Tyler Moore show. And I think you went Rhoda. Does that track?
I could have said Rhoda. Could have said Rhoda. Could have said Lou Grant or Betty White's character. Forget her name. When she played the slut.
Yeah. No Ted Baxter?
I mean, I like Ted, but Ted's not my
He's
favorite.
essential.
Yeah.
Like they're all like what's great about that is like what's great but also kind of weird is like I feel like they're really two separate shows, right? Because it's like Mary's professional life and then like her life with Rhoda
and Phyllis.
Yeah, and then occasionally like the fun episodes where
I feel like I might have jokingly said Phyllis because she had like 1 or 2 seasons of her own show.
She did.
Rhoda had a
spinoff
spinoff and Phyllis had a spinoff.
I knew that Rhoda did.
Just like
yeah.
Grady had his own spinoff from Sanford and Son.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yep. I think it only lasted like a few episodes.
Yeah.
You can watch the intro to it online. It's pretty funny.
Did you know that Sanford and Son was like an adaptation of like a British show?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but
Now that you say it, I mean, I could see it.
yeah.
The set is very British.
Yeah, and I think they were like instead of black, like they were in Sanford and Son. I think they were Cockney.
Ah, okay.
So, which makes me feel really bad about a couple episodes back when we were doing our Cockney accents. But hey, no one complained. So
Nope.
yeah, man. But I liked in Mary Tyler Moore show when her like professional life and her personal life would cross when she'd have those awful parties.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a pretty common trick, the awful dinner party.
Yeah, especially in that show.
Mary
I
Tyler
feel like
Moore
there's,
and Frasier were the...
Yes. And of course, Seymour Skinner with Super Nintendo Chalmers.
What was it? I
hams.
saw someone wear steamed hams, but it's earthbound, and open it up. When he opened up, instead of the fire, it was just Gygus. Is there an all-knowing entity of evil through that kitchen? No, sir.
At this time of year?
Entirely, because concentrated entirely in your kitchen.
Yeah. Entirely localized in your dad's phone? All right.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify.
Yep.
Probably other places. Just look. We're there. Yeah.
Look.
You might have to sift through some tadpoles. A lot of those out there. Maybe a
There are.
TADPOG, but TADPOG, it's out there.
There is something that we need to do still. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, this game was selected randomly by our Dark Lord, the Randomizer.
Man, you're right.
And I believe that it is probably getting close to the time that we commune with that dark deity
Right. Let me
and see
go
what
here.
we're supposed to talk about next week.
Batter up peripheral or Donnie Jeffcoat Louisville Slugger.
Let's let the randomizer decide. I'll flip a set of keys.
Okay.
Batter up.
All right. I don't know how that worked, but I'll trust it's like reading the bones.
Yeah.
All right, take the batter up. I'm going to put one end on the ground, one end on my forehead, turn around in a circle, put my no hold in random direction, and say the prayer we all love to say. Beautiful.
God damn it, man. Jesus Christ. Let's take this on the road, man.
I know we should.
Let's go to one of those Nashville recording studios and do that.
Synchronize praying to your dark God. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
Oh, right. I was supposed to be doing it. Wait, give me the no whammies again from the top. Or from the no whammies.
How many whammies? No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop.
609.7. 69.7. You're not going to guess it.
Okay.
But you're welcome to try.
All right.
Please try.
Golf.
I'm sorry. I fucked you up so bad on that because you were about to say something. And I was like, you're not going to get it. Winter Olympic Games. Lilyhammer. Okay, 94. I'm assuming that's where the Winter Olympics were.
I remember because there's a show on Netflix called Lilyhammer
All right.
with the guy who plays Silvio from The Sopranos.
Oh, see, I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Sopranos. Is he the one that goes crazy and stuff? Is he like the one? Is Silvio? Is he the one that like?
He's one of the main players. Paulie Walnuts, the older tan guy with the white hair, and then Silvio. He's also in a band. I can't remember his real name. Steve Van Zandt.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his name.
Okay.
So that guy. All right. Winter games. So a whole bunch. It's always the best, and a sports game with a whole bunch of sports in it.
I do hope that it's like a bunch of mini games, which
it's got to be.
like it has to be, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that's going to be better than just like one sport. What I really hope is that it's like it's downhill skiing for 90% of the game.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be probably okay.
And,
I like free
and luge
ski.
once where you just press A.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Do they have curling in it? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's this all about?
All right. We'll see. Could be anything. Even a boat.
I'm glad it's not summer games.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that affords itself to be a little different than what we're used to.
I'm really curious to see how they do figure skating.
Hey, yeah, what's Brian Boitano going to do?
I don't know. What would he do?
Let's see. But now we know that we're playing winter games at Lilyhammer. So I said we're all that you can find us. Well, we also have TADPOG on Facebook. It's where episode posts, memes. But if you're a fan of the show and want to go to stuff that's not meant for your grandma's eyes, there's TADPOG Nation, all the dank memes. And
Grandma's Eyes would be like a great punk band name.
Grandma's Eyes. And if you're a good boy who likes your chat very organized, there's also the Discord.
Yeah, or if you want to join that World of Warcraft guild, if that seems up your alley.
Yep.
bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get you an invite.
What else? We're on Instagram and Twitter, TADPOG_podcast. If you want to call us, 270-883-2555. And you want to send us something about like Bubba Drewski did last week, you can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Most importantly, we got that Patreon.
Yep. Patreon.com/TADPOG.
So new for September. Got some stuff that just rolled in.
Nice.
So boost from Chris Ott. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Chris. And new donor, Adam Campbell.
Adam Campbell, thank you.
Thank you, Adam. We got some executive producers.
We do. Do you think Adam Campbell could be like eventually one day beloved Adam 2?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
What about if we did like a concerted effort where it's like, if your name is Adam and you listen to the show,
If you know an Adam, get them to listen to our show.
Get them to listen. It's
Get
a
them to like
campaign.
really, really love it and call us and send us stuff.
Yeah. We're trying to say we need more Adams.
Make other listeners angry at him for how much he loves us. If you guys could go set that up with all the Adams you know, thank you.
I do have some people to thank. The following people have executive produced the show. These are people who have donated on Patreon $20 or more a month. The following people: Usurper Grimm, Steve Dixon, God Emperor Alex Pena, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, Cousin David Galino, Platinum member Brett Miller, Coronavirus Savior Cubicle Monkey, Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, the Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Plinko Nick Price, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Matt Gentile, aka Gentle G, Magical Sleeper, aka Big Dicked Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, congratulations on your marriage, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Paul Anderson, and Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, that's all she got. How you gonna close this one out, Dave?
It depends.
Well, our theme song is Moves by Sequoia Drive. And you can find a link to that in the show notes at TADPOG.com. But other than that,
let's close it out as our favorite DeMayo.
mouth instrument.
Yeah, I like that. That's gonna get us some way less trouble. Our favorite mouth instrument.
Yep. All right. So until next time. Tropical cram horn. Some mouth harp.
That was good too. There's probably some good taxi cab confession shit. Like a pull for a stinger in there somewhere. That show was a lot better than Real Sex.
Real sex was always, I don't know, most
gross.
Of the time, yeah.
Maybe, and I guess that was the point. Maybe.
Yeah. That's what real sex looks like, kids.
Yeah. But still, I worked with it.
All these old people fucking in the mountains while doing yoga. This exists. It's a thing.
Think about it. On your way to school tomorrow on the bus. Wrestle with it internally.
Get hard, not feel good about it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.